best video game in existence right now. So strap yourself in and get ready for some hardcore Chandler content. Because I'm about to own everyone, as they say. Let's see, how does this go? There we go. We're hopping right into ranked, and we're going to get this started. Check, check, check. Check it, check it, check. Just looking at the levels. It's going all the way up to the top and not hitting the red. So I think I'm okay. And, it should be working. We have a T-Rex. We have a T-Rex. Now, normally when I'm searching for the finals, it's a very quiet experience, and so I play music. But I don't really trust YouTube to do that. Because I disable in-game music, as basically all in-game music is not good. But YouTube is such a little bitch, you know what I mean? That if I play music, they're gonna shut down my stream. Check out my boots. Feet. Yeah, these are my boots. They've got straps, boot straps. That's how I pick myself up. Oh my god, thanks Emily. Am I frozen again? Oh my god, thanks Emily. Am I frozen again? It's me checking myself on my phones. Yo, Emily, hang out then and let me know how it goes when I start playing a game. If it really sucks, if I can't keep up, then obviously I can't stream this game. This is a very intense game graphically. So I turned down the graphics relatively a lot. I'm not frozen? That's good to hear. Dude, like, YouTube Studio is really lame. I'm trying so hard to just, like, monitor the stream through YouTube, and it won't show me chat. It doesn't show me chat. What is the point of being able to see everything behind the scenes if it's like, it doesn't work? I've hit refresh like 50 times. Anyway, we're still looking for a game, and as soon as we get one, just strap yourself in by your bootstraps. I look like a corpse? Oh, that's not better at all. There we go. I can see you guys now in my own chat. There we go. I can see you guys now in my own chat. There we go. I can see you guys now in my own chat. I could just do an infinite feedback loop. Thanks. Yeah, I'm really proud of my color of skin. I worked really hard to get it. And it makes me superior to other people. Let's go. We're in the finals. I look like a corpse because I'm 37. I'm not going to join voice chat because when I'm in voice chat, I tend to say lots of inappropriate things to people. I just can't do that when I'm live streaming.
Get ready to roll the dice, viewers. Our contestants
okay, here we go. Hopefully the frames stay consistent. Let's go. Pray to the frame god. Also, it should be streaming at 1080. But at this point, I don't care.
The stage is set. It's showtime.
It's dark out with reduced visibility, but it's not bedtime for our contestants. At least not yet.
Welcome to a flawless arena, folks. How long until it's anything?
Oh, shit!
Vault 1 is being unlocked by the tough shells.
I thought I had something else equipped.
Our teams have now formally introduced themselves as we've got our first elimination of the match.
Our match is in full swing.
Full swing and then some.
Gas mine on.
Seconds. They all died. You think they're gonna come in here?
The steamrollers swooped up a cash box.
Now that's clever.
They're not gonna come back for me. There's no way.
The overdogs are going for it. Cash out initiated.
I'm reloading.
What's this guy doing outside?
Back in play. Go for a steal on B.
Now that's clever.
Reloading.
It didn't work the way he tried. Up top. Attack, please attack, please attack.
Throwing sonar grenade.
Push, 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 push.
Tossing a frag. I'm going up there.
A contestant is on the roll. They're moving from one elimination to the next.
We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it.
It's a dominant display. The overdogs are out in front.
What the F?
Impressive steal by the ultra rares. Setting a line.
We're fine, we're all good. We're all fine here.
Back in play.
Good, good, good.
Impressive steal by the tough shells.
Now that's how you play to win this game, Joe.
Now that's clever.
I'm reloading. The tough shells land the first cash out.
It seems
Got
that
it.
they're almost done unbreakable.
Scanning for a job well done by the ultra rares.
The ultra rares rarely use We've hit our first team.
Ah! Dude, the graphics in this game are simply amazing, to be honest. I also have them set to medium. Normally I have them on max settings, but like the particle effects,
The steamrollers
detail,
have returned to the
it's
arena.
incredible. And the way you play, this is like a parkour style
The tough
game.
shells picked up a cash box.
If you're familiar with video games, you may recognize that this
Overdogs are
developer worked on a
standing
game
proudly on
called
their hind
Mirror's
legs,
Edge.
unlocking
This parkour game, and had very similar graphic style.
Tough plays from the
Yeah,
tough
I'm sick
shells.
of cartoon
Cash out,
stuff.
go away.
Steal on D.
Not a big
Sonar
fan of
grenade
parkour.
out.
We just passed the
I do
halfway
like-
point, and I'm
Where'd
really
it go?
impressed with the team so far, team.
I do like Overwatch.
Keep your
Sending a frag.
They have kind of their own style, but it's a little bit like Pixar inspired.
Time.
But dude, I cannot stand Marvel Rivals.
They were on the wrong side of that leveling.
Yeah, this game is like perfect in my opinion. It's kind of chaotic and confusing at first. It took me several weeks to really get used to it, and everything is destructible, but it runs so smooth. And once you get used to it, it's just like feels like you're rerunning.
Back into the fight.
Time for some revenge. The overdogs.
Oh,
better
Marvel
be ready
Rivals
for a
sucks.
fight.
That's what I was thinking.
Cash out starting
They have
by
like
the overdogs.
this like cell shaded look. I don't think it's gonna.
Turret deployed.
I understand that they're based on comic books, so they make them look like hand drawn. Good job, buddy.
Enemy got me.
Come on! Oh my God! Carry me, daddy. I'm gonna respawn. You only get 2 respawns in ranked, and then you're totally relying on your team's ability to revive you. So bad.
The
We're warming
ultra
up. This is my
rares will
first
have
game.
to polish their strategy from the sidelines. Team wipe. I guess that cash out isn't going anywhere. Nice
Orange
anti-theft
got it.
play.
Orange is in the lead. Obviously, the purpose of the game is
Secure
to
their earnings.
have the
Going
most
for a
money
steal on C now.
when time runs out.
The ultra rares are
That was not
re-engaging.
obvious. You get money clearly from making these money deposits, and then also you get money from kills and more money from the team kill. You lose money when you are killed.
Throwing sonar grenade. Initiating a scan.
Go in, guys! Go! I want to know what they're just standing at the door. And so I fucking flew in from the opposite direction, expecting them to push in at the same time, so that we could sandwich the enemies. Oh, how about I just move my microphone a little closer?
Drop the mine.
Thanks for the feedback. Actually, is that a little better? I might need to turn the game volume down a little bit.
Admirable effort.
Anyway, sometimes, like, I think it's obvious what we should all do, and we're just not on the same wavelength.
The ultra rares find themselves common this round. Wiped again.
They might be rare, but they're not in mint condition anymore.
Oh my God, I don't think any virtual reality console or like setup could handle this right now, but one day it will.
Remaining.
Every second counts.
Dude, I was just talking to Daniel about this the other day, just like, because I was in VR, and VR is pretty amazing, but there's still lots of lag issues and
The tough shells
complications.
swooped up a cash box.
And I was just talking about how, like, that's gonna go away, assuming the world doesn't end. But like,
Reloading.
there will be a day when VR is like perfectly seamless. Video and all like the technology of video games, computers. We've come a long way. You know, like I remember the days of PlayStation where loading screens were like 10 minutes. We're just inching our way towards the like this unity, synchronicity. We are fucked. Arrgh! We just got stomped, dude. We just got totally stomped. You know what? My teammates are console players. See how I have the little Steam logo and they have a little globe? It's because they're playing on PlayStation. No wonder we're losing.
The steamrollers swooped up a cash box. Reloading. 10 seconds.
We go again.
Tough shells look solid all the way through this match.
I remember
And are moving on to the next
the first
round.
thing I ever thought
The
were like
underdogs
graphics
also
were
competed well, and we'll be seeing them in the next
peak,
round.
like top tiers when I got GameCube and they had the Star Wars game, Rogue Squadron, or Rogue Leader. And you're in the X-Wing on like the, I see you, Daniel, on the Death Star. And it's like you could shoot the lasers and the lasers would glow. And like, as the laser went across the surface of the Death Star, you could see like the light of the laser reflecting. I was just like, oh my God, this is as good as it's going to get. And then a few years later, Gears of War came out. And it was like, oh my God, the biceps on these guys. We're never going to get better biceps. I honestly, Daniel, like I see your comment. I don't even know what that means. Is that a reference to something? What do you... Oh, I found a game like immediately. It's very cool. Dude, I fucking shit. I made a thumbnail and it didn't do my thumbnail. Can I do that mid-stream? Can I add the thumbnail? I go to my studio. Okay, I can edit, it looks like. Upload thumbnail. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. I can't believe it was not there. I spent so long on this thumbnail. Save. There we go. There we go. Refresh and check out my thumbnail. Daniel definitely knows. What did Chan say to my comment? I was just perplexed and confused. DVR. I was just saying, what are you talking about? Is that a reference to something? Oh, is Daniel my gay boyfriend? I mean, if you want to get the finals, it's free. So you could join it at any time, but I'm not going to play ranked. Oh shit. Yeah, just run it on low graphics and you'll be fine. This game is just truly a masterpiece. It's so underrated. I'm on a bus station. Well, maybe you can rewire some of the bus. I don't know. It is a pretty large game. It'll take like a couple hours to download.
Back in place.
First cash out launched by the powerhouses.
Everyone's talking about Fortnite and Lego Star Wars, and I'm over here just like, what about the finals, guys? See how that guy was wearing all black and yellow clothing? Because he's a new user and he has no outfits yet. So I knew I was going to beat him. But that could be a strategy. Get really good at the game and then just equip yourself with the basic clothes. And then everyone will think you're a noob. Shit. Two teams in the same place. So this game kind of has that battle royale aspect to it where every once in a while you just get chaos because 3 teams will intersect on one spot and you're all fighting.
It's the steamrollers.
But it's not a battle royale. It's just a timed match. It has aspects of so many different games.
Impressive steal by the steamroller.
Going out.
The tough shells have returned to the arena.
Where'd they go?
I'd be watching my back.
The overdog swooped up a cash box.
What the fuck? They were up top the whole time. Oh, you guys can see I can zoom out now that I'm in spectator mode. You can see the size of the map.
A setback for the powerhouse.
And it used to be, it was very
They've been knocked down to
intimidating
their
when I first started playing the game. But really, it took, after just a couple weeks, it feels like home. Yeah, Daniel is Leon. Leon the professional.
Return to the arena.
Retaliation
I don't
is
remember
coming.
what Leon's
The
last name
Steam
is.
Secure Vault 3. Stay on track.
Leon Valentine.
What a way to open the match. The steamrollers got the first cash out.
This team is just rolling out the place, Scotty.
Now that's clever.
They're gonna open the wall here.
The overdog's piling into
I don't
vault
want to.
3.
I don't want to hide there. See that guy? I just saw a guy run past you. Oh. Oh, they're just gonna fight each other, and we're gonna let that happen.
Scanning that area.
The overdog's got the cash box.
Let's go.
Guys, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Run. Just run. Mess that
That
up.
cash box was up for grabs for mere seconds, and the overdogs fetched it.
Initiating a scan.
Now let's see the second unfold.
Fucking, there's an orange guy there. Oh, our teammate planted. I didn't even know. Didn't even know.
Cash out set in motion by the steamrollers.
Time to disappear.
What do you mean Destiny Dan returning? Isn't he just
Going for
that
the
all the
revive.
time? Daniel is our objectivist Destiny. Wow. Less than 3 for that guy. Dangerous.
Defend on B. I'll get you back on your feet. Scanning for opponent.
Much obliged.
I'm gonna follow this guy. Up the stairs. Looks like they're all fighting over the same thing over there. Look at that. You see, it messes up my aim sometimes. I don't know how to change
Got a
that.
contestant.
Oh, I just changed weapon. Well, that was embarrassing. That's kind of glitchy, huh? It's not perfect.
Our contestants keep pressing forward in this match.
Oh, I
A
hit
really
one.
impressive effort in the arena.
Ah, the old press forward instead of retreat strategy. Textbook, Scotty.
Textbook.
Talk about having a trick up your shell. The tough shell
I'll go
steal
sonar
a
check.
cash out.
Oh, that was so well played.
Sonar grenade out.
That's a cash out by the overdogs.
Let's move to Vault 4.
We're gonna run past these guys to another vault. I don't think I like this idea.
Impressive steal by the powerhouses.
Wow, that was a bold play.
Powerhouses keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I just die every time first. This is so embarrassing.
Like this.
But luckily this arrow guy is really good.
For our tough shells as they suffer another
Yeah,
team
Daniel's, well, like, yeah. So there's no returning because he never left.
Vanish bomb out.
You know, he's our destiny every day.
The powerhouses are re-engaging.
Took a hit.
It would have to be a separate thing. I'm not sure what. It feels like you guys are talking about something that I'm unaware of.
A vault is getting
I
siphoned
just
by the
feel
tough
like
shells.
that's just Daniel
Okay, let's go.
Outgoing
putting
sonar
on a
check.
character.
Go to cash out A. Okay, let's go.
I did hear Daniel the other day say,
Only a minute left for our contestants to
that,
show
like,
the world what they're made of.
you know, it's
Let's
wrong
see
if
who
you
can rise to the occasion.
hate someone just because they're brown. And that was totally a Destiny thing to say. A Destiny loves saying brown people.
We're heading into overtime. Who will walk away with the victory?
Sonar grenade out.
Break again for the powerhouse.
Almost died there. Get out of here, bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Becoming a bit of an experience for them.
Vanish bomb out.
Cash out launched. The steamrollers are charging ahead.
Oh, okay, I get it. Like the solo thing, right? And you got to figure out how to not get copyright strike. That is so dumb.
I'm reviving.
Throwing sonar grenade.
Where's he going? We got like 20 seconds. So we don't really have to steal this stuff. But we did.
30 seconds to
That's
go,
pretty
folks.
awesome.
The teams
Cash
need to
out
push
stolen.
hard to secure their victory.
Quick reflexes after that attempted cash out heist. Nice
grenade out.
interception.
It's looking like
Getting you back.
we are gonna win. Chances of us losing this are very, very low.
Vanish bomb out.
Yeah, I know. But I can just see Destiny going, brown people.
This round goes to the overdogs. They're the ones to muzzle in our next
Like, yeah, okay, Lauren Southern. Like, I don't see people. I see character, except for brown people. It's not a Destiny impression. I can't do a Destiny impression because he's just like too transcendent. The only way I could do a Destiny impression is if I had a script, because the main like thing you could impersonate Destiny in is just like speed talking. And saying brown people. I look like Destiny? Dude, I have blue hair dye in the bathroom. I'm wearing an equality shirt, so there's that.
Now, the socialites, the steamrollers, the rogues, and
Do
finally,
you eat the blue tide part
overdogs.
first, or do you just chuck the whole thing down?
Focus, folks, focus. We're back and buzzing for round 2.
He does come up with zingers, like, just so quickly.
Our contestants' skills will need to shine through the fog tonight as we have
But you can tell, like,
in the arena.
This
it's
match
not
is
necessarily
arena
on the fly. It is.
impact,
It's like he's accessing
offering
his...
contestants unique opportunities.
He can access his random access memory so quickly. Alright, we got orange.
The teams are getting to know each other out there.
Get out of here.
Elimination.
This is what it's all about, partner.
Couldn't agree more, Scotty.
Nice. One more. Okay. She was just invisible. That's fine. I... This guy's he's stuck. He's stuck in a wall.
Firing thermal.
I've never thought about Sam Cedar's age. Are you saying that because I have a beard with white hair in it
Swooped up a cash box.
and I'm 20 years
The
younger than him?
steamrollers take charge.
21
First
years.
cash out triggered.
Initiating a scan.
The answer to your question is no, I didn't know that. You thought he was older? That's a troll.
The Vogues have
Dude
returned
looks
to the
good,
arena.
man. That's pretty
Things
good.
could get out of hand if they meet the steamrollers again.
That's why you gotta drink water. Otherwise you dry up.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my god! Jesus. Oh my god, please, guys. I just want to know what they're doing.
Reloading.
This is extra hard because we are all light. This game has 3 classes, light, medium, and heavy. I really think Sam Cedar looks young. I would have guessed he was closer to 40.
Team wipe.
Like myself. Jesus, dude. Dude, I jump up there, I'm going to just get ganked immediately. Ah, see, dude? They're up in the fucking... They're in the tower thing.
Vogues are back in vogue. Team respawn.
Of course.
Hold on to your respawn credits. I'm back.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Time to disappear.
Ah, that was bad.
Enemy got me.
Now he's gonna take him back.
Steamrollers got the cash box.
Revive him. And I'll just
Our
be
first cash
sitting
out
up
goes
there
to the
all by
steamrollers.
myself. Okay.
Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going.
Okay.
Get in that area.
Orange here. We got orange here. They can't hear me, but I'm used to talking in voice chat.
The overdogs initiate a cash out. The steamrollers just made their return to the arena.
Scanning for opponents.
This guy's down there.
Attack that one down there.
That's save invisible bitch. Sam Cedar debate with Destiny? Never knew they even talked. Michael. Which Michael? Leibowitz.
The midpoint is here, and the stakes are climbing higher.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
Objectivist favorite ex-con, Destiny and Sam Cedar. I will look that up after this.
With crushing force, the steamrollers have started a cash out.
Outgoing sonar check.
Impressive steal by the socialites.
Aggressive and impressive.
Oh man, I dropped frames there. I can't believe I lived. Ooh, on the roof above us. Where'd he go?
The socialites will need to reboot. Team wiped.
We got him. Holy shitballs. We got him, and then another team shows up. Really? Your favorite of all ex-cons? Can't think of a better one? You might be right. Damn. Sam Cedar guzzling buckets of cum. I typed buckets twice. Calling out Destiny. Sam cum bucket Cedar calls out Destiny. That's the first thing that popped up.
And just like that, a new vault has appeared
Sam
in the arena.
cum bucket Cedar.
BLMC going in.
That's a great, like, as far as any kind of playground insults, like nicknames to be
The
placed
votes are
upon you,
unlocking Vault 4.
cum buckets is not that bad. Just makes me sound like really fruitful.
As a former contender, I can appreciate the
Shit!
sheer
Why is everything we're fighting over two other teams?
The grit on display is inspiring.
We don't need to play like this. Relating to jizzling buckets. I'm sorry, but I don't even get the references. People are just referencing it from what I see.
We aren't quite done yet. The outcome of this match will be decided in overtime.
The Vogues are setting
It's
the
overtime.
stage.
Here we go.
Progress underway. The socialites are pushing into a vault.
Spoderman, Spoderman. Wow.
Scanning for opponents.
The socialites swooped up the catch.
Firing starlight.
God damn it, there's a guy here. Fuck you, guy. There's two guys here.
The socialites kick things off with precision. Cash out initiative.
Don't worry, my teammate is going to shoot
Another
some
team
wooden
wiped the
arrows
Vogues.
at them.
They're off their game today.
Victory that
Yeah, I'll look it up after this match ends. I brought it up, I just can't play it in between respawns. That's not enough time. I'm gonna wait for the match to end.
The Overdogs just made their return to the arena.
Okay, if we get this, we can still win. What's that, dude? I wish they would ping, dude. You know, you can ping and tell people where things are. Because I hear them like shooting and fighting guys. I have no idea. There's one.
Here we are, down to the final 30 seconds.
Please, guys. 1, 1, 1, 1. Keep switching to party chat. Buckets of cum, huh? You'll be surprised if I haven't watched a video about buckets of
10
cum.
seconds.
What are you trying to say about me? And we lost. Clip not available. That's just a Reddit link, so I'll find it.
Coming to Team Clash.
Fools. Okay. So we'll do this. And we'll do this. Bam. Let's see what he has to say.
You said that I would be guzzling buckets of his cum if he was black and they were white.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so now, aside from the issue of whether I would guzzle buckets of cum in any scenario, it's fucking gross. Wait a second. Excuse me. You said I would be guzzling buckets of his cum. That I'm assuming is your way of saying I'd be celebrating that person, right?
Not celebrating, but I think there'd be
excited that I would be guzzling buckets of their cum.
I think that
I would let them jack off in my mouth because I'm so excited about what they did. And you've gone on to say like that a hypothetical situation where I'd be so excited, I'd be jizzling, sucking people's cum because of it, and it's like you're doing exactly.
Okay,
straw man me for
okay,
doing.
so it's not just. Hold on, Sam. This is such a.
You pretended. You came up with a hypothetical, accusing me if it was a different race that I would be so ecstatic about it, I would be guzzling their buckets of cum. You didn't like the framing, but your framing was assuming that if this happened to different races, that I'd be guzzling buckets of his cum. So you were really basically doing what you accused me of doing. It's fucking gross.
This sounds like when my mom says.
All right. Well, I think this was healthy.
Yeah, I enjoyed the conversation. I love talking to you. I hope you don't hate me, regardless of the cum guzzling accusations. I get a little fire on, but
it was really more just I was more offended about the idea that I would be of somebody shooting somebody.
Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate the conversation, everybody. Okay.
All right. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.
The way he takes it so seriously, I can't tell, because then at the end he's like, well, it's really like about your accusations about how I feel, like principally. So like, was he playing it up? Is he self-aware? Does he understand how hilarious it is that he keeps saying buckets of cum? Or is it because he's 58 years old and is just, he's not used to this kind of talk? That is very funny, and I have not seen that before. Thank you for recommending it. Yeah, like he's a smart guy, right? I get the sense he was playing into it, and that's why he says it multiple times. Yeah, he was a younger man too, That was a long time ago. I can't even remember that far. As Daniel said on ARC UK, people seem to just like to imagine that nothing happened before 5 years ago, which I like totally see everywhere, dude, and it's like mind-blowing. And it's just that they don't know about things. People will be like, oh my god, did you know that like there was like medicine in 100 years ago? They don't say that. I was just trying to think of an example like off the top of my head, and it was a bad one. But people say shit like that. I was watching a reaction to Pirates of the Caribbean, because that's what I do with my free time, is I watch people react to full movies. Somehow that's available. That's like, you can do that on YouTube. But Daniel can't watch a clip of an anti-Semite. But anyway, like they were perplexed as to how like dirty and gross everyone was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And they are unaware that like everyone was diseased and died in their 30s back then. Some people, they just need to fucking just guzzle some cum, dude. It's like it's like a paradox, because people simultaneously think we are like the most enlightened time ever, and like just 15 years ago everyone was just roaming America with racist bigotry. But then also they think like this is the worst time ever and it's the end of the world and like we're killing the planet and we're all going to die. So like which is it? Like we're so enlightened now, but we're also somehow barbaric and a plague on the planet. I don't pick a lane, dude. Like, are you happy about your life or are you miserable? So bipolar. Whee. There's just like this simultaneous worship of old ways, but also this belief that we literally just started the modern world, like when the iPhone was invented. Let's go. Hopefully I don't have the same teammates. I'm cranking up the AC. It's getting hot out there, dude. It's turning into a California summer out there. Dude, if I watch the 20-minute debate, will I not get banned on YouTube? I just have to pause it every 60 seconds. More like every 20 seconds. Yeah, Akira's right. Like, I mean, that is it. But people see it in like the opposite direction. They think philosophically we're reaching enlightenment through egalitarianism, but technologically we're ruining ourselves. They literally have it backwards. Okay, all right. Well, I'm down to watch more of the Destiny Sam Cedar. Because typically when I play by myself, I play a game and then I take a break, because every game is kind of like a lot. Takes a lot of energy and emotion. A lot of ups and downs.
Where traditions collide with modern energy in a spectacle you won't want to miss. All right, the high notes, the overdogs, the vogues, and finally, the boundless.
That's me.
Let's hit the ground.
All right,
running.
we're the boundless. There's also a whole lot of lore to this game. In this game, you are actually playing a game. So we are all virtual competitors, kind of like, it's like Ready Player One. And we are, this is money we're making, and like you get fans. That's why there's an audience watching. So the better you do, the more fans you get merch and sponsors. It's very cool lore. What? What are they doing? He went inside and closed the door and hid.
The boundless got hold of a catch box.
We're in the middle of a fight. What are you hiding from? No, we're fine. When you got flagged, it told me it would let go in a bit. So I was banned just temporarily out of. I don't think that sentence is a complete sentence. But yeah, it timed you out. The algorithm just picked up on, you know, the sound waves.
We've got the overdogs returning to the arena.
I see a lot of reviewers put an overlay. Just like, it'll be like kind of halfway see-through and like weird patterns over the video to kind of trick The AI.
Go to cash out A.
What is this?
Cash out launched by the high notes.
Stick together.
All right.
Stick together, team. Steal cash out A.
All right, guys, let's do this. All right, okay, they're going up. I'm going up. I'm actually a little bit behind this time.
Initiating a scan.
That's fine. We got pink and orange fighting each other. This is a good time for us to show up. Not bad.
Setting the tempo.
Initiating a scan.
The high notes will need to try again.
Shit! They're gonna just go cap the money. While enemies are like right here, right next to us.
Impressive steal.
Oblivious.
That was unexpected.
I'm reloading.
In general, it's best because they're not gonna go away. They're just regrouping. It's best to make sure everyone is dead before you try to take the money. You know, I'm not saying you always have to do that, but in general. 3, 2, 1. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
The high notes lead the match.
Scanning that area.
What the fuck? The high notes leave the match? I think they just dropped.
Land the first cash out.
That's championship level showmanship right there.
Tossing a sonar.
The boundless add to their
Okay.
stash. Cash out complete.
And they stole that with confidence earlier.
A vault just spawned. Let's see who takes a crack at it first.
Someone's around here. Otherwise, the body would not still be here. So their teammate is coming back, I think.
Everyone, group up. Enemy down there. Stay close to
The
each
high
other.
notes swooped up a cash box.
Stick side by side.
Together. Stay close.
I don't understand these guys. You get a shit ton of money for getting a team kill. Why would you walk away and
As
leave?
we cross the midway mark, there's no telling how this will play out.
I can feel the energy in the air, Scotty. This is going to be unforgettable.
Sonar grenade
Vault
out.
is being opened by the roads. The high notes are hitting all the right keys. Cash out started.
What the?
The boundless picked up a cash box.
They're very close. They're very close.
Scanning that area.
Eek! We got him. We got him.
They're in danger of being knocked out of the tournament. The overdogs stumble again. Another team win.
It's all gone to the dogs for them, Scotty.
Man, this has been like a record number of team fights. Usually it's not like this, honestly.
The Vogue swooped up a cash box.
It's not Sam Cedar, it's a Christian guy. That's not one of Destiny's best moments. I think Rucka saved that episode for being unlistenable. I'm not sure what episode
The
you're talking about.
overdogs are re-engaging.
Destiny's Best of 8 Ever by DGG Clips.
Getting you back.
I only know Sneeko as like a Meat Canyon
The
character.
overdogs need to fight
I've
harder
heard
to
Sneeko's
stay in the
name. I've heard
competition.
XQC say Sneeko, and I'm pretty sure Sneeko was in a Meat Canyon like animation. That's the extent of my knowledge. Wasn't he a troll or something? Or was he a gamer?
I'm going sonar check.
They're down there. There's one more, there's one more, there's one more, there's one more. But we got like 20 seconds. We're fine. We're fine, don't panic. We got both the bodies right here. There it is. No!
The overdogs have been wiped out.
You got this guy.
An excellent economic forecast in the arena as we've got a new vault. The Boundless pushed boundaries and stole a cash
Cool.
out.
Fortune favors the bold, Scotty.
Okay, let's go.
Reloading.
The overdogs are back in play.
Going things
A
up.
key play from the high notes. They're
Let's
opening
go.
the vault.
Goo!
Throwing sonar grenade. Spotted an enemy.
The high notes grab the cash box. Our contestants need
Sending a frag.
1 minute left.
And the team's got to step up.
What was that? Flip that. I think we're okay. Yeah, they can't grab it. Nice.
Arming a mine.
The Boundless completed a cash out.
Very
The floor
impressive. They
textures,
turned a
like
steal
these.
into a
I mean, it is
cash out.
ugly. Do you mean the texture or the
finish
design?
line is
Because
near.
these are
Only
very
30
ugly.
seconds left.
This is the final sprint.
I mean, that looks okay. This is kind of lackluster. Look at that. That's very low resolution. But I did turn the graphics down. You have to keep that in mind. It's on medium. Also, we won. Holy crap! Finally. Look at that. I love how everything just falls apart.
The
It's
Boundless
very
take the
chaotic.
top spot. They're the ones to put a fence around
But
in
there
the
is
next
an
round.
order to it, and
And
once you
our
kind of
second
figure out how
qualifiers
it
after this match
goes,
will be the high notes.
it's less. It is chaos, but it's structured chaos. You know, it's ordered chaos. Jordan Peterson would approve. Love Jordan, dude. Did you guys see that someone screenshotted one of my comments and posted it on Twitter, the Your Own Brooks show, because I was making fun of Jordan Peterson? That was great. I'm gonna screen. Let me see if I can share that to you. I'm gonna watch Destiny, and I'm gonna look at my Twitter. Dude, if I turn it back up, it might crash. I don't know. I was having really bad lag issues at first, so I turned it down. Gotta love Jordan Peterson. It was because they quoted Jordan Peterson in Your Own Brook chat, and they were like, "Well, Jordan Peterson says every man has the capability to be a monster," and then I was like, "That sounds like something a kindergartner would put together," and then they screenshot that and they were like posting it on Twitter, and they're like, "These Randians are so annoying." Because, you know, it's so brilliant. Every man can be a monster. Hey, I'm Jordan Peterson. Did you know you can do good things and you can do bad things? Let's go. Ooh, I don't really want the goo grenade. I want the thermite gun. It's no good. You can do good things. You can do bad things. I'm a philosopher. Oh, I forget that Euron has done stuff for Peterson Academy, so that's unfortunate. It's not a good alliance anyway. But yeah, anyone who comes over from that crowd is not going to get any love or respect. It's too bad, man. It's too bad. Maybe if they didn't like a guy who just said retarded shit and repackaged basic philosophy by just, you know, compounding multi-syllable words to try to make it... He's adding, you know, extra seasoning to a fucking microwave dish. He has nothing to offer. It's just so basic. How do you get like emotionally invested in something so basic? Oh shit!
There's our first team wipe.
Ooh, I can say that I see the delay. I just watched myself get wrecked by that noob, dude. Such a noob. Look at their clothes, black and yellow. They're taking our money. Fortunately, that doesn't matter too much. That's just the acquisition of the money. Now they have to go deposit it in the bank. And that's the real
Boundless
fight.
are re-entering the arena. A decisive move by the High Notes. They've initiated the first cash.
Scanning for opponents. Scanning that area.
Taking damage.
They're always so far away. I gotta find a better route to get close. That's part of my problem. I'm rushing at them in the open, and I'm just a little guy. Thought I could. Ooh. That's great. That's us taking the money again?
Fantastic steal by the Boundless.
A move that definitely
I can't complain. That time it was actually a good opportunity, but still. Oh, it's my cow friend. I heard his feetsies. Ah!
Arming a line. Enemy got me.
The Boundless take the lead.
They're still orange. They're still orange over here.
Special delivery. Initiating a scan.
Orange is all back because we didn't kill him. These guys, let's go. They're right there. They're right there.
a win like that is sure to go along.
These guys they just want to hang out in the corner.
The Mighty completed a cash out.
So lucky, dude.
I'm gonna use that zip line.
Okay, they're gonna follow us, dude. They don't disappear if you just turn around and don't look at them.
The Mighty are showing their strength.
You get 1,000 for
The Mighty swooped
grabbing
up
the
the
balls.
cash box.
So it's not a lot, but it's...
It's back to the past again for the Retros with another wipe on the board.
They've been
You haven't been able to watch you run in a while? You don't remember the last time you were in chat?
Game today.
I don't remember the last time you streamed, dude.
The Mighty are
I feel like the last couple of months have been really shifty. But when he streams, I'm there for it. I mean, I'm just listening all the time. whether I'm working or doing anything. Like with this, like normally I have something playing on the background even when I'm playing games.
They'll be aiming for payback, and as for the high notes, better watch out.
But Euron, certainly he doesn't go light on Peterson. He calls him out like all the time.
Strong moves from the mighty as they set things in motion.
In a different way, not like me, obviously. Like I just was doing a retarded voice and making fun of him. Euron is like,
Nice play by the
he
Palace.
needs to
Kicking
learn
out the
morality. He doesn't understand morality. And it's like, no, he's just retarded and not cool at all. Doesn't need to do
repeats
anything.
itself for the retros. A heist halted. That's how you protect your earnings, folks. Well played.
A contestant
Maybe a random bullet will hit someone. Oh. Like fire, hellfire. I didn't know you could do this. I love that my teammates are just hiding in one spot, as always. That's such a... It's not a good strategy, dude. All it takes is one rocket launcher and you're fucked. They got lucky there, because the enemies didn't know they were there, but that works once or twice. It's just... It's not a strategy, it's a hope.
Second decision sparks a burst of brilliance, leaving fans on the edge of their seats.
I think Capitalist Corner is pretty new, right? Like, Rational Egoist has been doing his thing, but Capitalist Corner is rather new. Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, Daniel.
The Boundless are pushing their way to the top.
Oh, look, I'm famous. See, my face is on the
Mighty are
screen.
back in action.
After that earlier
So I'm gonna get a bunch of
altercation,
fans.
The high notes should probably stay on high alert.
Got a contestant!
Daniel, I don't know what we're gonna do, but yes. Son of a bitch! We got it. There's two teams fighting over it. We win. Yeah, if you want to join a Discord. Also, Daniel, I'm going to play Repo. Or anyone. I mean, anyone who plays games. I'm going to play Repo later. I don't think you have Repo. But it's very good and I recommend it. I have a couple people lined up to play and it's going to be in a couple hours. So, I was going to do finals until then, but leave it to Daniel to derail my plans. In a fun, exciting way.
The high notes grab the cash
Repo,
box.
R-E-P-O. It's really popular now. It's like a horror team horror game where you work together to gather objects. You're a very weak little robot. You're not powerful, but you can carry things. You have to extract objects from like a level. But things are trying to kill you. It's quite good too. The finals and Repo are both like something special right now, you know, in a world of no new ideas.
The retros aren't wasting any time.
Yeah,
They
well,
just
you can come
snag
react
the box from
with
the
me
high
to Destiny or whatever. Yeah, just call me just after this game.
10 seconds left.
Oh, we got him. Well, I qualified.
To beat as we
I qualified in the finals.
And they're also joined by the high notes. We'll find out which team finds their rhythm first in our upcoming two-team clash.
Wow. Made it. We actually made it to the finals. The titular finals. So, okay, I'm going to win this, and that's good. We're going to win it, and I'll be okay switching. I just can't do it if I never win and then just stop playing and switch to something else. It's just cheap. Smoke grenade or goo grenade? I think I'm going to stick with the goo grenade. It's really good for many circumstances like escaping. You can throw it down and it'll block off a door, stuff like that. The smoke grenade is good for attacking because I use the smoke grenade and the sonar grenade together. So the smoke grenade blocks everyone's view, but then we can sonar.
Folks, it's the big show. It's what we've
But that's a
all been
combo
waiting
that's kind of hard to
It's the
pull off.
final
It doesn't work every time. So I think I'd rather just have the goo grenade on hand. It's a little more
The High
versatile.
Notes versus the Boundless. Last battle, best battle, bring it.
Let's go.
And we're back. For our final round, the first team to reach 50,000 in cash will be victorious. What do you think, Scotty?
June, I think that you
I've
stole
played with
my
Okami
thunder and
before, I'm
announced the
pretty
game
sure.
rules for me. Oh my.
Outgoing sonar
We're all
check.
stuck in the same elo. And grenade! Do a little flank. It worked. And then they followed me, which makes it not a flank anymore, but whatever.
It's sink or swim time.
You're right. Who will rise to the occasion?
Straight through, opening vault one.
He rezzed. We got him. That's a team kill, but in the final round, money does not really matter. You don't get money for killing or dying. It's just all about
The Boundless
tapping
swooped
that
up a
cash.
box.
Look at that. The relay. That was sick, dude.
The High Notes are re-entering the arena.
Where are they? He missed!
Endless possibilities.
Alright, here we go. Countdown started.
Started a cash out.
I think they're coming from that
Sonar
way.
grenade out.
Moving.
I just have a
Sonar
feeling.
grenade out.
Yeah, no, I hear something. They're like right below us. This is terrifying, actually.
Throwing the frag.
It's the cow guy! He was under the stairs.
Watch out, up here.
Another falter for the High Notes, folks.
Literally the first time I've gotten revived this entire match with these teammates.
Reviving. Cover me.
The High Notes are back on the scene.
Opportunity for retaliation, I say. Will it be backlash for the Boundless?
Enemy spotted. Down there. Enemy spotted. Down there. Scanning for opponents.
Defend there.
Nope! Not today, Sonny. Alright. We could not have asked for better enemies to fight
Let's
against.
see
These
whether
guys
they
are
can keep that
terrible.
momentum going.
This is beautiful to watch. The Boundless really know how to work as a team.
Look, it's me. I'm famous again. I'm on the screen.
Vault 2 is being opened, courtesy of the Boundless.
Initiating a scan.
Yeah, fuck that plant.
The Boundless got the cash box.
Cash out. Ayy! I think I hear feet near me. I'm gonna get caught in crossfire here.
Scanning that area.
Yikes. Yikes.
The Boundless are making
Mistake.
moves. Cash out started.
You just climb this ladder.
Scanning for opponents.
Where are they coming from, dude? Oh,
Attack that contestant down there.
there's another one. Where they are.
Enemy spotted down there.
Watch out! Up here!
I knew he was gonna come up the stairs! I missed him too. He's one actual one. Still though, that was cool. I knew that's where he was gonna come. Leftist hero?
Watch out! Over here! Watch out! Over here!
Industry plants are better than real plants.
Enemy sonar!
Industry plant.
On mine.
Are you like making a pun there?
Good grenade sent.
Or is that literally about plants? Because I like a good fake plant. But an industry plant, isn't that someone that like the corporation
Sonar check.
puts in gives a job because of some kind of nefarious corporation-y thing? Isn't that an industry plant? Like a reviewer or something? We did it. We just won. Easy.
It's lights out in the arena just as the spotlight.
All right,
swings
Daniel.
to our winners, the Boundless.
What do you got for me?
From all of us here at the finals, thanks for watching.
We win! Dang. 1,500, dude. I'm trying to get to 20,000. That's gold. I was at 18,000 last night. It's just like a roller coaster. Oh, the free Palestine again is the new Leftist hero. I don't know anything about it except that it was the title of ARC UK today. Okay, I'm quitting the finals for now. I wasn't really listening today. I just was responding in chat to Akira and that guy. Jack, or John, Juso Jack. Okay. Oh, Euron Brook is streaming right now. Let's just stream Euron Brook's stream. Can I just call you, Daniel? Oh, what is this? Well, Daniel was all hyping about joining in and causing chaos. And I call him, and nothing happens. But let's see the Destiny Sam Cedar debate. I typed it and mostly got all the letters right. It's an hour, dude. It's not 20 minutes. It's an hour long, dude. Oh, it's not a Sam Cedar debate? Okay. Oh, it was, they were talking about Rittenhouse. That was the context. What do you mean Discord? I just called you. Oh, you sent it to me on Discord. Fine. We can do things your way.
Schwab's book, COVID-19.
Oh, I think I have seen this. Let's check it out. I'm going to this side and then
The Great Reset, which actually proposes that we redefine our very humanity. So you think it's a good idea to redefine our humanity?
I remember this guy.
Oh, you're not even here. My argument's not even worth listening to. You just walk away. Yeah, so...
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. I just want to policy something. I don't need like all of this. You just did this for like 20 minutes.
You didn't even listen to what I just said.
I listened to like half of it, and I can guess the other half.
Oh, you can guess the other half?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, so can you go ahead and tell me what's good about stakeholder capitalism?
When I hear people talk about stakeholder
Excuse me, let me speak.
Oh, you just asked me.
Can you tell me what's good? Let me speak. All right, tell me what's so great about it. Hey, I'm trying to talk.
Let him respond.
No, he didn't finish. He didn't finish.
Destiny does get to respond. Tristan,
I didn't finish asking the question. I haven't asked the question yet.
Okay.
Let me ask the question. All right.
What is a stakeholder? What do you mean when you say that?
You're the one who said it's a good idea.
I just asked you. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm just asking you a question. I don't need you to give me a speech or ask me 20 questions when I ask you a question.
What is a stakeholder?
Yeah.
Is an ill-defined concept that Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum propose for this new global economic system.
Okay.
Stakeholders, they say, are the planet. Hey, shut up and let me finish. They say that stakeholders.
Oh my
are
God,
the
I can't
planet,
stand when people do that.
You, the people, right? Right. How are you going to be a stakeholder in this?
I'm a member of the planet, right? So I am a stakeholder.
You're a member of the planet. And what is the planet?
What is the planet?
Are we doing flat Earth as well? This debate? Okay, fuck. I have to.
Yeah. And who defines what's good? Who defines what's good for the planet? You think you're gonna have a say in that?
Well, so when the government, you're not gonna let me answer. You're just gonna keep rambling. Or is that?
I'm trying to finish my question.
No. You're not finishing a question. You're asking a question. You're steamrolling after to give the impression that you have like more authority in the conversation than you do.
In this global,
Actually, I'm just gonna talk over you. Okay? So.
I do that too. It's not on purpose. I just don't know when to end my statement and or question. And I will ask a question and then immediately think of like an answer. So then I'm like, oh shit, I better include that while I'm laying this out so that we can just get that out of the way. You know what I mean? But it comes off as steamrolling often. But I kind of just want to like cover all my bases. I'll make a statement and then I'll say what people might like respond with. I'll try to give their argument for them instead of letting them talk. That's why I don't do this stuff.
You're asking me, how do you have any impact on a corporation?
He had a 30-minute opening statement.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I had to do that. I had to mute the mic. There's too much chaos. You have to chill out for just a second. If you ask a question, you've got to give them a chance to respond to it, man.
Formulating the question.
Okay, finish formulating the question.
In your stakeholder capitalism, which you say is so great, how will you have a say?
Gotcha. So the way that we do this is elect people to Congress or to your state or local governments for how you want these types of things negotiated. So an example of this might be as part of the negotiations for large
I've had people when they laugh like that, this guy just has a world. He thinks that nothing can change, and that he doesn't believe in free will. And I had the same kind of argument with someone about Gazans, where they're like, I'm like, well, they could change their mind tomorrow and like betray the terrorists and then have things change. And they were just like, ha, You think people would do that? And like, yeah, it's called like a revolution, you know? They could do that. And it's like, psh, that doesn't happen.
Multilateral trade agreements.
Okay, I guess it never has happened in
Mike,
history.
You okay?
So you're just gonna speculate on how you might, in a hypothetical situation, have a say in this.
Okay, I'll tell you how you have a say in this then. When
How do
you,
you-
yeah, so it can be through protesting, for instance. So all
Protesting, okay, yeah, you're gonna protest.
Can you tell me what happened to the
Keystone?
Keystone? Can you tell me what happened to the Keystone Pipeline or the Dakota Pipeline? Yeah, I didn't think so. So shut the fuck up, right? You can have impacts over what goes on in your environment. There have been massive projects that have been canceled. Can I finish a single thing?
I would much prefer that we had perhaps timed responses.
Yeah, we can do that. But when you ask a question, Tristan, at least give your opponent 15 seconds
I've
to
given
lay
him
the
plenty of
case.
time to answer the question.
Okay, now I'm a stakeholder in the show, and now I'm going to vote on the show to have input. Okay, there's an
I'm
example.
a stakeholder
I vote
in
that we
the
move
show.
Time response then, because this guy can't handle back and forth.
Okay,
right?
we'll start with you, Destiny.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what. Oh, so the example was, how do we have
We know you
inputs
don't.
on what thing? Was it whose? Is your name Destiny too? Like, what did labor have to look like overseas?
Is your name
Part of the
Destiny?
people that had a seat at that conversation were local labor unions. For instance, like the
Yeah, they're so smart that they just know nothing can ever change and and no one can do anything. That's how smart they are.
AFL-CIO. That's an example of being a stakeholder in other businesses, and it's an example of how we can achieve something that big, that legislatively.
All right.
You're
I love how Destiny's just, he's like not sure if he can stop.
Completely.
He just went full bobblehead there because he was just like bracing himself for the guy to start yelling at him again.
That's an example of being a stakeholder in other businesses, and it's an example of how we can achieve something that big, that legislatively.
He's just like what? Like he's
So that
he's
was a
physically
non-answer
prepared for the guy to
and
start.
completely ancillary to what we're actually talking about here. It's funny because I came in here to actually have like a discussion and a debate. Now, it seems to me like you come into this debate just to debate, which is why you completely tune out several of my responses. So, and let me get the exact quote from
Oh my God.
Klaus Schwab.
Fusing our
here.
digital and biological identities. What does that mean? That's my
Ask me,
question.
what is the
Okay. Also, like debates become unwatchable to me when someone just keeps talking describing what the other person is. When he's like, "You're like this and you're doing this, and I'd love to talk, but you don't let me talk," and then they just avoid the issue forever. It's so boring, dude.
let me find the
You said this. You uttered this phrase like
I
five
didn't-
times.
I
Fusing our
did not-
digital and biological
excuse me,
identities.
excuse me. I gave a 25-minute exposition of what this worldview is. I just gave a 25-minute presentation on exactly that. So to say I don't understand the worldview here, and we
To
can
be
play
clear,
this
you don't
for
know what this is. You have to go find the quote, right? Okay.
Excuse me?
To be clear, you don't know what that means. Fusing our digital and biological identities. You just think it's bad, but you don't know what it is. Just
No, I
making
didn't
sure
say
we
I don't
understand.
know what it means. I didn't
Well, then
say I
why do
don't
you need
know
to go
what
and find the quote? Why can't you just tell me in your own words what it means?
Okay, why don't you... All right, listen, can you slow down for a second?
I'm not here to debate Klaus Schwab. I'm here to
Oh, you're
debate
not here to
Tristan.
debate?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not here
I'm
to debate
debating
Klaus
Klaus
Schwab. I'm here to talk to you, dude.
So here it is, okay? Ready
Oh
to listen?
my God.
Okay, keep your headphones on this time.
Oh my God. When people just pick the first couple words, I'm not here to debate, and then he just immediately stopped hearing what Destiny was saying. Fuck, it's kind of triggering me. This is just how like toxic relationships are.
Okay, stay and listen.
Hit the play button
Yeah, I
first,
hope.
Tristan.
Yeah, I hope we get this other guy. The Klaus,
just- I'm
this
not sure
Klaus
if you
Schwab guy
listened.
sounds like an interesting dude. Maybe I should just talk to him next time instead of like his proselytizer or whatever.
Okay, so... You,
Wait, you're actually playing me a video? Holy shit! I'm sorry. my
You
bad.
want to hear the quote, right? Of the Ministry of Defense from the UK with a recent white paper, Human
Okay, can I make a
Augmentation,
quick request?
The
You're-
dawn of a new phenomenon. All right, look, if you're just gonna interrupt,
You're like
every
playing
time-
videos and rambling. I just want to be like really concise
No,
here.
I'm not playing videos and rambling. First of all, that's not what I'm doing.
I just want to pull back for a second. You just chill, okay? I'm just curious, Tristan. Like, what's like your favorite TV show? Like, do you like Game of Thrones or you into?
I'm here to debate the Great Reset. I'm not here to play pretend friend. Oh, you want to talk about Game of Thrones?
Okay,
Pretend
but
friend.
one of two things are happening, okay? Either
You
one.
have no arguments.
Yeah, so either one, you are actually
What? I'm confused. You trying to pretend to be my friend because you asked what my favorite TV show is? I'm not falling for that.
like experiencing psychosis right now, and you've completely broken from reality. In which case, nothing I say is gonna get through to you. Or two, you're just somehow just got off on the wrong foot, and we're literally not connecting on
No,
anything
I
we're
couldn't
saying.
care less. I'm here to actually debate. I'm here to actually debate.
But
Not
you're
for a
not-
straw man now. You're describing.
Okay, you're not debating. No, we're not debating right now. Okay, I don't
We're
even
debating.
know. I don't even know what your.
debating.
I don't know what your position is on anything because every time
I stated my position for 25 minutes
Every
at the
time
beginning. You want me to state it again? Why don't you just call me psychotic again and ask me what
I didn't. I said the second option is maybe we're just like too
Aren't
heated.
you- Yeah, because you won't let the conversation actually get started.
Conversations are
oh my
two-way
God, it's
streets.
so-
We have to
it's
be able
so,
to
like,
understand each other's
painful,
points
though.
and then respond to those points. Okay.
Dude, if this was a formal debate, you lost 3 minutes into
Oh,
it, man.
no.
This is you're throwing out ad hominems, making false equivalent statements.
You lost 3 minutes into my 25-minute introduction. We all know it.
You're using every logical fallacy you can get your hands on.
I like the
and
slow
you're
zoom
refusing
in.
to actually debate. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I keep trying to ask it, and then you keep interjecting. Right, can I ask it?
Ask a question.
Okay. So my question is, what is biosurveillance?
You want me to do my introduction again, and then we just close this out?
Holy
Because I
Christ,
get-
no! Please, all I'm asking you is like,
yeah. All right, listen. Here's one example.
can we just focus on this one thing instead of like?
No, you asked. I'm answering your question, dude.
We're
You
not
know,
gonna.
you want to let me
Okay, we're
answer?
just gonna keep rambling.
No, here at the Washington
This
Post.
is given out that's totally legitimate to do.
So in talking about this device, do you think this device is a good thing or a bad thing?
That's not my argument.
No, but he's just
The argument
asking
is not
for
that this device is good or bad. The argument is a comprehensive.
Tristan, you're the professional. And Tristan, here. Tristan.
Oh my God.
Now, you want to zoom in on one aspect? That's fine. We can talk about this.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm not trying to straw man, escalate, whatever, ad hominem, okay? What I'm trying to ask is, what are some examples of these smaller actions that are being taken where you see that and you're like, that thing right there?
You're just trying to state my position for me again. Now, I'm not here for you to make up a position for me and then tear down that position. That's called a straw man, right? So you didn't actually listen.
He's such a
to
gaslighter, dude.
Which is very clear here.
So normally I would like do the analysis after. I don't know how to I don't know if I can like get through to this guy at all. I have no idea. I don't know what I can say. I feel like
He's
it's
still
crazy, like,
talking?
psychotic.
Wait, is it Destiny has himself muted and he's just talking over that guy? Is that what I'm seeing right now?
I have no idea. I don't know how to get through.
Right, so that,
Just
this is what I came
muted
here to
him.
debate. They have articles where they talk about we need a new social contract.
Sure. So what are they proposing that's bad? What are they proposing that you don't agree with?
So do you think that this is a good idea to have a new social contract?
Why are you answering my questions with questions? I'm just asking you. I don't know what the fuck you even think is bad about this. I have no idea what your position is.
They don't even clearly state what they want this new social contract.
Okay, if they don't even have a clear statement for what it is, then why the fuck do you care about it?
We're talking about the biggest corporations in the world, right?
So
when
let
you
me
say
try
something,
and
hold on,
Tristan, really quick.
hold on, listen. When you say
Pedro, stop
that,
cutting him off. Jesus fucking Christ. What's wrong with you? I'm sorry, Tristan. Go ahead.
So
Chill, guy. I just want to.
I don't think he quite understood the irony of Destiny saying that either. Like, I think in that moment he thought, wow, Destiny just stood up for me. That is my analysis of this guy.
To
so
try
far.
and put it back on track. So you both. It seems like here you
I'm
both
trying to ask a
agree.
question. Let me ask a question. There's so many logical fallacies that you just use, and when I call out your logical fallacies, you interrupt and you scream, "These are debate bro tactics, dude."
Never again. Never again. I'm not letting anyone say logical fallacy unless they can name which logical fallacy. Because I just binged Peacock's lecture on logic, and every single type of fallacy is named and has like an equation to test it, whether it's a logical fallacy or not. And if someone is going to drop a term like that, they need to be prepared to say exactly what kind of logical fallacy it is.
This is how a debate works. If this was a formal debate,
Because I can't. That's why. So if I'm going to listen to someone, they need to be able to say that. I can't do that.
you lost it about 15 times over, dude.
But it wasn't.
What you have to do, your job as a debater, is to breadcrumb him into the cave of knowledge.
No.
if
My
you
job
have
as a
that.
debater is to end the debate when he admits defeat.
Okay,
He can't even get
I'm
his
Catholic.
word.
I'm Catholic. I'm Catholic for this conversation. That's my meta-ethical position, okay? Okay, where do you want to go from here? I went to Catholic school for 12 years, okay? We studied the catechism, we did all of our shit. I went to a Jesuit fucking all-boys high school, okay?
But you argue just like a Jesuit.
Whoa!
The debate is actually over, Destiny. You lost the debate, dude. This is done. You're right. So if you want to debate someone else,
It's
in
a
the
logical
future,
fallacy.
Great Reset, and play these stupid little games, and why would I allow you to continue this? Why would I allow you? You've lost.
Because this
the
guy
debate.
just
Oh,
says logical
So do you think
fallacy
that
when
two
it's something
people
he
can
doesn't
only
agree
have a
with.
conversation about policy if they have the same meta-ethical grounding?
we're having a conversation about ethics and morality.
You.
That's where
Did you,
the
wait,
debate
hold on.
is
Did you
gone.
hear my question? Can you repeat my question to me?
No, he can't.
This is not how you debate, dude. You don't.
This is
He
insane.
can't repeat his question.
Your question.
Dude, I know a girl that you two would be perfect for each other.
You're all over the place, man. I don't know. It seems you keep like moving your jaw all around. It
Oh,
seems
here
like
comes the
you're
ad
on
hominem.
Some sort of drug.
That's a
It's
logical
kinda strange.
fallacy, by the way.
I feel like some drugs would help you a great deal. You should check out some great antipsychotics that are available in the United States. Something to bridge you back to the real world, maybe.
Can we get back to those facts? What do you think about, for instance, what this guy Schwab said?
Look, dude, this is you're not debating in good faith. You're not even debating.
I'm the one in bad faith.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This guy's lost about 5 times over. I've given him examples of the.
But you won't take a position on anything. You just tell me what the Santa Claus guy is fucking saying.
This is the silliest.
Santa
this is
Claus.
ridiculous, dude. You clearly come in bad faith.
Absolutely.
You say, all right.
I don't know what remote control means. You understand that you have to.
You don't know what remote control means? Okay, great. Displaying really exaggerated emotional states physically, what is good and what is bad, are determined by God. Right?
Okay, so here's my question. Okay, that's what you answered.
You don't want to let me answer. You won't let me answer.
Jesus, dude,
You don't
take
actually
so
let
long.
me
God,
answer.
fuck. You want to keep rambling? Go ahead.
Come on.
You're just rambling. You understand?
You've actually denied
Okay.
objective truth.
So
You've
Tristan,
denied
here's my
objective
question.
morality.
Tristan, I have just one question for you, okay? Kim, why do you think murder is good? And he says, because God told me. How do you resolve that disagreement?
God wouldn't say that.
Dude, this is the stupidest hypothetical. That's not an argument at all.
Because God is good, obviously.
Dude, can you do that again? That was really
Sure,
fun.
I'll repeat the question to you. Both say that they've received revelation through God. How do you resolve that disagreement and figure out who's right and who's wrong?
All right, so
Chill, guy. I just.
the debate was over 15 different times in this conversation.
So I just want to draw everybody's attention to the fact that this is the final
just wanna
question
draw
where
everybody's
Tristan,
attention to
Tristan
the
will be
fact.
done. He's shut down now.
Oh, am I allowed to speak now, or is Mr. Methy Mouth gonna be able to steamroll me? again
Methy Mouth.
and go on an incoherent ramble while telling me that I'm rambling? Okay, so
Santa Claus.
when you're talking about ethics,
Klaus
we're talking
Schwab.
about morality. We were created in the image and likeness of God, and through the fall and through the noetic effects of sin, we can't just do. We can't just make.
Noetic effects? What is that? Noetic effects? Is that a thing? Noetic effects of sin refers to the way in which sin negatively impacts our intellect and reason. I've never heard that term before. I believed it wholeheartedly. I just never knew there was a word for it. It describes how sin affects our ability to think clearly.
Make claims about what we believe humanity is just from simply observing humanity without revelation, right? So you can't. He's not even listening. So go ahead, Dad.
Yeah, so my question was, how do you resolve a disagreement between two people that say that they're both inspired by God?
What matters is what is objectively true. How can two people argue and determine what is true within that framework?
And I think that a demon has revealed these things to you to mislead you. And
Where do you want to go with this now, Destiny?
it sounds like an ad-hom, but I think you're legitimately psychotic. I
Diego.
don't know what to say.
You said you don't believe that good, bad, right, and wrong objectively exist. Then you call me psychotic. So anyways, do you have any more questions about my initial statement, my opening statement, which was comprehensive, which
You can finish, man. You can finish.
So again, he's not even listening now. And then you're like, oh, I just can't hear all this other stuff. It's like you lose memory of what I'm actually answering. I've got like about 5 more minutes of patience. Dude, you haven't even read Klaus Schwab's book, COVID-19, The Great Reset.
Bro, you haven't even read Klaus Schwab's book, COVID-19, The Great Reset. Ugh.
Let's go back to talking about Game of Thrones, bro. Like,
Even
it's just
read
like-
Klaus Schwab. Whoa, I just
I'm
unmuted.
just curious. Do you think that dinosaurs and humans were on the planet at the same time?
Now that I actually hear
Do you
myself,
think that, like,
I think my
like
gain is a
dinosaurs
little
and
bit
humans
too
were-
high.
Do you think people hunted dinosaurs?
Yo, Diego, I
That'd be
see you
so-
talking
I'm
in.
just curious. Do you?
Hold
It's
on.
ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. Diego, I see you typing in Dan Norton's chat, but I'm unable to interact with you because he banned me. But hey, it's a great stream. He's a good guy.
There's nothing to do with the debate.
Tristan, did this debate go like you thought it would go?
He steamrolled the whole time. He incessantly used logical fallacies. And when I brought up his logical fallacies, He goes, debate bro tactics. I don't even know what that means. Debate bro tactics. I mean, this guy has been the snakiest debater that I've ever seen. Obviously,
Snaky and sneaky.
My opening statement was comprehensive. Listen again to the beginning of this so-called debate, which wasn't actually a debate.
Oh, you
He
unsub from
conceded
him?
the debate about 10 times.
Most likely, I
He doesn't
assume,
even
out of
believe in truth.
sheer
So,
boredom.
It's been bad faith the whole
But,
time.
you know,
from him.
good luck to him.
Tristan.
Who I think has talked more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the timing. It feels like when you speak, it feels like incredibly excruciatingly long periods of time.
Oh my
Let me just ask you a
god.
question. Who do you think spoke more?
I'm just asking a question. Who do you think spoke more, and why do you think that's important?
I'm just saying how keyed in you
Well,
are
I'm
to
just-
reality.
yeah, hey,
Just curious.
what's your
But
favorite
okay,
game
never
of
mind. Sorry, go ahead. What's the?
Do you like French fries? I like hot dogs, dude. Is that cool? Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, he missed what the troll was, and he
So
tried
you
to
don't think that
imitate the troll.
overpopulation-
But he
It's a good
doesn't know
thing.
what
I
it
mean,
meant.
People like Bill Gates, who are proposing this global identification system, are also developing remote control, microchip, implantable technologies for birth control. Right? People who is that what's funny about that? I mean, I've proven that's an objective.
You pretended to ask me a question and you used it to monologue again. You're like a soliloquy machine. It was just funny to me. Sorry, go ahead. Don't worry about me laughing.
So yeah. You could just okay. Just, okay. So Bill.
Yeah, you can interact with it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Why should black people be a protected class?
I mean, do you want like the legal theory? Do you want the moral theory, or
Do you think that it's okay to discriminate against some people in society?
Yeah, we discriminate all the time against all sorts of people for a variety of reasons. For instance, when I go to McDonald's,
Damn,
I'm discriminating against
based.
trying to go into the play place. They won't let me in because I'm too old.
But
Damn.
not black people. Right? That's not.
I
okay.
think black people are allowed at McDonald's. Yeah. You're using the word incorrectly because you don't know what it means. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I did. I do know.
You
what that
didn't.
means.
I asked you and Andy to
Shareholder
define it. You couldn't, but go ahead.
Tristan.
Last time I checked, I think only black people go to McDonald's. And Daniel Kraus.
Did dinosaurs and humans exist at the same time? How old do you think the Earth is?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean about dinosaurs.
He doesn't know that.
I'm not sure what you mean about dinosaurs.
Was Jurassic Park non-fiction or fiction? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a very cool atheist question. Is Jurassic Park nonfiction? The atheist literally lives in a fantasy world, right? Created by Hollywood of a mythologized reality with this made up,
Wow.
It's like the
This
fucking
made up-
Matrix.
Yeah, so that's a very atheist perspective.
Fucking A, bro.
To Destiny, are you willing to have a debate
Wow.
or discussion with Jay Dyer about the subject of the Great Reset?
Wait, fuck. Was that
Yeah, it's some of Existence University's best work.
addressed to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to literally any other person besides this guy about the Great Reset, sure. Because
All right,
the
and we would
conversation is
love to
guaranteed
host
to
that
go
on the
better.
Crucible. It's
Wait,
$3.
can I ask one question real quick about that in terms
Go
of the
for it,
God
sir.
thing?
Yeah.
Tristan, do you believe that God knows all things?
Yeah, absolutely. God is omniscient.
Does
Omniscient.
God know what it feels like to take a dick in the ass?
Stop it. Stop it.
I mean, just again proving.
That's
how
low. That's going
important-
low. I
I'm
gotta.
just
I'll
curious, 'cause you
say
said
that's
God has
going
knowledge of all
low.
things,
It's funny,
right?
but
Does
This, I mean, again, complete this.
Destiny had the high ground, and his pettiness was pretty minimal. But once, like, that's just like being silly. You're kind of losing the high ground there. I think. He deserves it at maybe. I guess at this point, because Destiny tried so hard to have an actual conversation. But I wouldn't say that.
Disgust, complete disgusting blasphemy.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
not
2 hours
surprising,
in.
you know?
He's just
I mean,
saying
it's
whatever
it's
he feels like at this point.
absolutely sad. But no, God, he did not engage in sodomy, degeneracy, and any of that.
But he is omniscient, so he knows what it's like. He doesn't have to engage in it. He doesn't need the experience to reveal the knowledge. He should know.
Yeah, he's giving it to you,
Yeah.
Tristan. Just you gotta find the delineation point.
No, I mean, there's no answer to that. He's
Well,
he's
the
gonna
answer is
blaspheme.
yes. God is omniscient. Therefore,
just
he
does-
knows what
it
it's
just
like to
does-
take a big juicy cock right up the ass. Absolutely.
It sure sounds like you do, doesn't it? I mean, the fact that you think about these things and you think about them so much that you actually speak of them. Yeah.
Oh, you
that's
think
a-
about
it's
it
a
so
really-
much
really
that you
highbrow,
speak
highly
about it.
Intelligent fans there, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
You
a
got-
debater
Well, okay,
right there.
Can I elucidate?
Destiny,
can I
Destiny,
elucidate for
really
that
quick,
question?
can I interrupt?
Does God also know what it's like to fuck somebody in the ass? Because he would know both parts of it, right? If he's omniscient.
Yeah, Destiny. I have to ask,
you
man.
what actually runs this guy. What actually runs this guy's life? What actually runs this guy's mind? What a great way to finish it. What a winner, man.
I am
Truly
sorry. It was a degenerate question. I was
Truly
possessed by a demon. My bad.
Tristan, how old is the Earth? How old do you think the Earth is, Tristan?
How you want that in days or hours?
What?
I think in like thousands of years would be good.
According to science, how old is the Earth, and how do we know that?
Damn, he's just dodging all the questions, man.
You want me to tell you how old the Earth is? You want me to tell you how God created the Earth? You want me
Well,
to
the
tell
question
you...
was how old the Earth was, so I imagine that's probably what they wanted.
How old is the Earth, Destiny?
My understanding is the Earth is around like 4.5 billion years old.
How do you know that?
There's a whole bunch of like I think like radio isometric techniques that they use to study like carbon decay and shit to try to make estimates on. And then there's
How do you know that carbon dating is accurate?
Carbon dating is not accurate because all of that stuff comes from before the flood. You guys heard about Noah's flood? Well, it rained a lot. I don't know if you heard about this. It rained a lot, and it covered the whole earth with water. Where did that water come from? Where did the rain come from? It's because there was clouds around the whole earth for as long as it was around. So any carbon dating, there was no carbon because the sun didn't go through because it was all clouds. I just want you guys to understand this.
I don't know any of the Bible's accurate. Do you speak Hebrew?
How do you know that carbon
Yeah, I
dating
didn't think
is
so.
accurate?
So, all right, what's next?
Orthodox Church is the church that gave us the scriptures.
It's really basic
and the
science,
scriptures are a part of
honestly.
holy tradition.
How do you know they weren't mistranslated?
Because of holy tradition.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful answer.
And we have manuscripts going all the way back.
Well,
that
you don't,
we-
because you can't read those, so you don't know about that.
No, we do. I mean, I'm a member of the body of Christ.
Yeah, but you can't read any of that scripture, so you have no fucking idea, right?
No, I can read that.
Literally, those scriptures could talk about Jesus Christ deep throating and getting spit roasted all day long, and you'd have no idea. You can't read that
Not
language,
incorrect.
right?
This is just the most.
You have no idea.
The most low tier
Wait,
inspired.
for those scriptures, are any of those scriptures older
Again,
than like
you-
6,000 years?
Wait. If I just interrupt you and speak really fastly, and then say blasphemous, disgusting. things,
Excuse me, sir. You're engaged in an ad hominem strawman fallacy right now.
All right.
Is that really just the GW version? I think it's like kind of a general fundamentalist position. That carbon dating isn't accurate because of the cloud layer. I don't know where it came from.
All right, gentlemen, moving forward,
Wait, can you answer this question? Does God know what it's like to touch a frog? Just to touch him. Not like inappropriately.
Not inappropriately.
Okay, we have. Did we live at the same time as humans? And that was a donation from
What?
dinosaurs for
Oh.
$5. So you can see why I read it that way.
You're gonna have to tell me that.
dinosaurs, we
That got me.
appreciate your $5 donation. We
Answer
very much
that question
appreciate that.
for us. We want to know. Did dinosaurs live with humans? Answer it, dinosaurs.
Okay. Moving along. Let me just post it.
And take off your shirt, Destiny. Your physique is inferior to mine, therefore your argument is moot. Or Destiny, you're a stupid fat.
Whoa!
Chill.
Come on. You guys are good within TOS.
That is not
That's
okay.
what
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know that was not.
To be fair, literally.
I'm not saying that that's inherently the case. I'm just like, if someone were to say like Destiny's a degenerate.
Oh, okay, I love you guys. It's been fun. I gotta dip on out. All right, rip on. I have to. I'm sorry, but I can't risk. I'm not
Wild.
gonna sit around and see if he does it like a second or third time.
That's wild.
Thank you, Steven.
This guy is actually. I think he was actually crazy. I don't know how to talk to people that are like I don't know how to talk to people that are like that. I don't know how to talk to people that are like that. I just don't know. Holy shit.
Akira, you can't believe the guy is religious. He
Only
must be in a
because you
cult
lost
because
20
most
times.
religious people would have laughed. Like at
But it didn't
Destiny's
seem like
jokes.
there was anything I could do to actually have a conversation with the person. I feel like I tried. Like, you come on, dude. Fuck off.
Do most people does your average religious person have a really good sense of self-deprecation? Maybe a in the modern West. All right, Daniel. Well, that was great. Oh, there he is. There's Daniel.
What's up, Fat?
Ooh, wow. Almost got me banned right there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Fucking Discord, man.
Yeah, there you are. Well, that was a good suggestion. I liked that video. I did see that, but it's been a while, so man. It was pretty crazy, but it's the arrogance. It's like the misguided confidence that is frustrating to me.
Excuse me? That's an ad hominem fallacy.
Is it an ad hominem fallacy? Maybe it's an ad coculum fantasy.
Yeah,
Does he really
I think
want
I've
to
seen.
cock?
I think. Have you seen that meme that Andrew Tate, which it's like Andrew Tate, but he's like a soy jack. So and his face shape is all fucked up.
No.
Like,
Oh yeah. I do. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And I've seen somebody making a video that like that meme is like an ad hominem, and I'm like, yeah, it's not an argument against him. It's making fun of his face shape. Yeah,
Right.
It's like,
Yeah, that's the only one I remember. Ad hominem and ad populum.
such a.
But
My favorite is at misaccordium.
what's that?
Let me look.
Yeah, I need to. What I want to do. Yeah. So I like just binged Peacock's Logic.
Strong appeal to emotions.
Okay. I want to write a list of each type because it literally covers every possible type of logical fallacy you can make. It's so incredibly scientific, and
Yeah, we did
like
study groups on
bulletproof.
that.
Who did?
We did.
Who's we? ARC UK.
Us. Yeah, James.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you become a member, you can get access. It's
Okay.
we did. I think we did. How many?
Can you
Well, we
not
covered,
fucking
like, the
come on
whole-
my YouTube channel and then just plug your shit?
Sorry.
No, yeah, that's right. To be fair, that's exactly what Daniel would just normally say in a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, we did
Oh, I
like that
closed
whole
myself.
course. So I think like 2 sessions per per like the lesson. So we did all the can give you all the questions we had.
That's rad. I'll keep that in mind next time I'm looking to do a YouTube membership. But
Oh yeah, you can also do YouTube membership actually.
oh, how else is there? How else is someone a member?
Website.
Oh, is it the same amount?
No, it's more expensive, but there's more perks.
Arrogance is a virtue in religion, says Akira.
I think it's a vice.
Arrogance is a virtue, but
I-
pride is a sin. Oh, he's just being funny,
Oh.
though. Well, sort of. I mean, pride is a sin unless you're taking pride in God. As long as it's not your own pride.
No, I don't. I don't think you can even do that.
That's what I was taught. So maybe that's
Oh, really?
It's like
It's kind of.
because there's scriptures of people talking about being proud of their faith or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but wasn't there a story in the Bible about that? There was like a guy who was like, "Oh, look how religious I am.
Yeah.
Or look how much I give to the poor," or something like that.
There's a bunch of stories like that, but yeah, that's like a Jesus story, right?
Oh yeah, we don't like that guy.
I think
Old Testament here.
it's just it's not an actual event. It's like a story that Jesus was telling to make a point. Like as soon as he the words escaped his lips, like God cursed him or something. Oh no, that was a real thing. That's Daniel. You should know everything that happened to the prophet Daniel. But yeah, the king of Babylon was like waking up one day and he was like, I am so great and my kingdom is the greatest thing that has ever happened. And then the scripture says like before the words even finished coming out of his mouth, he like went crazy and God struck him with like insanity and he became an animal to humble him. And that really showed him.
No, but I think there was like specifically somebody being pride in like their faith for God or their like giving
Source
to the
needed.
poor or something
I'm
like
gonna
that.
need a source on that one. That sounds interesting.
All right,
Yes,
ChatGPT.
it's pride is a sin. We can all agree. But like what Akira says is like basically true. Arrogance is a virtue. They don't see it. They don't say that explicitly, but because you're on the side of everything. It's quote unquote objective morality.
I think the New Testament is my favorite, like, time skip anime, or as I like to call it, Bible Shippuden.
What are you talking? What is?
Have you ever watched Naruto?
I know what you're referencing. I haven't really watched
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So we have Naruto, and then you have time skip, and you have Naruto Shippuden.
I don't know what
So we
time.
have Bible. What?
What is time skip?
Like basically the story like jumps like 3 years forward.
Oh, okay. Just the concept.
So we have the Old Testament, and then you have the Bible Shippuden, the New Testament.
What do we think, chat? Is that funny?
All right, let's see.
So did you
To some
download the
who were-
finals? Oh yeah. Tell me about this story.
Well, I'm not sure. Let's see. To some who were confident of their own righteousness and looked down on everyone else, Jesus told this parable. Oh, wait, this is ChatGPT. Okay, this is actual quote. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one in Pharisee and the other, Pharisee, and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, God, I thank you that I am not like other people, robbers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and give a tenth of all I get. But the tax collector stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven, but beat his breast and said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner.
Yeah.
I tell you that this man, rather than the other, went home justified before God. For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted.
Yeah, that's a top 10 scripture. I will. So let me.
That's about pride in faith, right?
Right. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. It's more that. So the pride I'm talking about, it's not in your ability to worship God. What I'm saying is, it's on moral issues. You like. Okay. There is no way that pride is not a sin. I get what you're saying. I know how I grew up. Specifically, they would kind of say. Having pride in God, like just being proud of, I don't really know what, the fact that you're, like, it's not pride in yourself. It's just pride. It's still proud of the collective, I guess. The real, like, you can have pride in God's purpose and God's people, and the God's unfolding of His, grand purpose of the universe. As long as it's not an individual thing, it's really more like...
Just drop the word pride. I think it's just a broad word to use.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it's in the first commandment,
That's
right?
a big fun thing in religion, is just to like make words mean whatever you really want them to mean.
Oh, cool.
Diego says that Jesus time skipped from a baby, and that's not true because there's like a chapter where he's like 12 years old. So they filmed...
Wait, really?
Yeah. Where like the family, the whole family takes a trip to the temple to worship, which is like something they do, and he's 12, and the story is like the family loses Jesus. They actually leave. It's like they are basically going to Woodstock, and then they all leave, and then like halfway home they're like, oh my God, where's Jesus? Like no one noticed. It's like Home Alone but with Jesus. And so then they like have to travel back to the temple. And it turns out Jesus is just like hanging out with all the priests and like schooling them on scripture lore. And they're like, wow, this kid is like a genius. So that's just like one little chapter.
My favorite part of the Bible was when Judah has put on the lipstick and said, I'm going to kiss Jesus so you know who he is. And the Romans were like, you can just point him out.
And he was like, no, guys. No, this is the only way. I have to actually stick my tongue out too. It has to be a tongue kiss. And his name is Judas. Judah.
What did I say?
Judah is one of Joseph's brothers.
Wait.
The tribe of Judah is why there's Jews.
Oh God.
Something like that. So are you gonna?
The stock's down again.
You got another. You turn on your camera. We can react to something.
Sure.
Do you have clothes on?
Yes.
In
pajamas.
All right. Well, I actually have been wanting to practice doing different screen captures. So if you want to turn on your webcam,
Sure.
I just wanted to try to get us both on screen. How could I do this? If I go like that, and then...
Well, you can also turn on your camera and just put both of us.
What does that mean?
Like, put on your camera on Discord and just screen grab Discord, so you don't have to,
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense, huh?
do your own input. And
That makes so much more sense. Wow, you're like a pro streamer. So now I'm black. I mean, the screen is black, is what I meant to say.
damn, there goes your right.
Yep. Okay. And then, how do you make us equal on the screen?
What was it, 14th Amendment? That's a good joke.
I got it. Very good. Very, very good.
Failed to start the camera.
Is it not working? Oh, because it's using it. Because I'm still using it.
Kill it on stream.
I don't know how I can remove that.
You can just like, well, do you have OBS? Oh no, you use some
I don't
like
use
shitty
OBS. No, it's brilliant. I use XSplit.
Well, then I cannot tell you. Figure it out.
I'm figuring it out. Right
maybe
now.
you can you can maybe like change a camera on the software.
Yeah.
Or like disable it for a bit, or
That's exactly what I'm trying to do right now, but
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work. Did that work? Son of bitch. This is silly. How do you just... So, like, it should be a plug-in here, but it's not. Like, there's no option. I can add my source.
okay, I mean, can you show on live stream the thing? Maybe I'll see something.
Like, that's so meta. No, I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do before.
Sure.
Oh, I left. Sorry. I'm gonna rejoin the call with Daniel. There. But then we can't really react.
I bought
to
so
anything.
much Coke Zero today.
My man, that's what I'm talking about.
Since I don't have a car, then once a week I have to just go in and buy a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff for a week.
Oh, dude, like I'm that's not right. It shows my Discord, all my sexting.
Something I should do next. Are you going to Ocon?
No,
Or
I'm
did
not.
you?
I'm
Alright.
not going this year.
Something I thought about. Next time I come, I should bring you like snacks from Slovakia.
I would
I've
love
been
that.
eating this
Oh, look
shit.
at that. What is that?
It's called hashlarki. It's like mentally like you kind of like mental, but it's from like local what you call them, like local plants.
Is it salty? It's local, like it's dried, like a chip or something.
Oh no, it's like a bonbon. What you call them? Like a
Like
I don't know what you
a
call them.
hard candy. You suck on it.
Yeah, hard candy. Yeah. It's sucker.
Suck that shit. Hey, we're here though. We should be working. It looks like everything's working. You got any other suggestions?
For what? For something to watch?
Yeah. I want to watch something with you. You
Um,
want to watch Pirates
like
of the
you-
Caribbean? Wait, Diego says there's a single story about Jesus at 12 years old. One short story. You got me on a technicality. I know, that's exactly what I said.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, maybe it was a prequel. Maybe it was just remembering. I don't know. I never read that shit. I don't know. I don't
prequel-
even know how it's structured.
Jesus is a prequel because Islam is like the real one. Jesus is the prequel.
Well, no, because like it was written after that.
Yeah,
like-
Jesus is the prequel. The Bible's the prequel.
No,
The prequel is the
'cause,
Old Testament. Yeah.
No, because they are all sequels of each other. Prequel comes out after the original story.
Oh, right. That's how that works. Shoot. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, this franchise sucks.
Prequel is the Old Testament. No, It's wrong.
I mean, if you look at it,
Yeah.
yeah. So Diego is just you're messing with. Yeah, it's misusing the concept, as Daniel just
Yeah.
explained. Daniel's right. I get it, but it is because like we look at Star Wars now after the fact, and it's like 1, 2, 3 trilogies in a row. But I understand the prequels are called that because they were not actually made first.
Yep.
But God
Um.
is not subject to the laws of time, I don't think. So like he can be whatever he wants.
No, but the book was written by people.
I'm getting
Like. Yeah, like Bible is a human creation. Like, do religious people believe Bible was written by God? Isn't it divine inspiration?
yeah, it's the same. I mean, the way I understood it is it's like a businessman dictating to his secretary. Like God kind of like sent the spirit out, inspired people, and they did the writing, but they wrote exactly
Yeah.
what he meant for them to write. Check it out. Check out the. I'm gonna show you my Twitter.
Bible.
No, my Bible.
Well, do you wanna like watch something and actually do like commentary or just shoot
Yeah, I
shit?
don't really have much to say about anything, but you're here, so.
I don't know. What do you wanna watch?
Well, first I'm gonna show you my Twitter, but you're gonna have to look on the
Sure.
on the screen.
Yeah, I have it open.
He said, "I do not like Randroids one bit." Kazulu said, "It's like the Jordan Peterson point about how the good man has the capacity to be a monster," and he thinks he's real smart. And see, I would reword my comment here, but this was in a live chat as I'm like driving, so that's why most of my live chat comments. I say, isn't that something a kindergartner could conclude? I would say now, if I had a chance to go back, I would say would conclude. I would say, isn't that something a kindergartner would conclude? Not very insightful. And he says, do you say the same about the phrase existence exists? Now, that's the end of the context here. Now, I could say, now, what I did say in response to him was, I mean, if I said, I might say the same thing if it was like really cliche and everyone everywhere was saying that. Because my criticism here is not that Jordan Peterson is necessarily wrong that human beings can do good or bad things. It's that it's not very insightful. It's not mind blowing. So yeah, existence exists.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then the only reason I found out about it is Seamus tagged me. I never would have seen it because I don't really use Twitter.
I mean, technically, I guess existence exists is not. Yeah,
That could be
like
a-
that's not
a
even.
cliche.
Is that even like a Rand concept? Isn't that like Aristotelian
I
essentially?
suppose so. Yeah.
Wait, existence exists is Rand's in like that formulation. What did Aristotle say?
He didn't even say A is A, right? Even though that is credited to him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Aristotle came up with any good bumper stickers, to my knowledge. Man is a rational animal, I guess. Bumper stickers were just not really the rage in Aristotle's time, so we didn't really need a
Liquid
bite-sized
Zulu?
philosophy. I have no idea. Apparently, like an ANCAP.
Well, some Akira says he knows him.
Creating anarcho-capitalist content. Oh, he has a YouTube. Well, let's see what
Hey,
that's
that's
like.
a lot of subscribers.
You probably do not
How
consider
many?
yourself to be an
11,000?
anarchist. In fact, almost everybody.
And one really why socialism is literally impossible.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of
What?
Ayn Rand shit.
He's like shitting on what's this guy's name?
Liquid
Dick History.
Members only. Sneak peek. The conflation of jungle ethics with anarchism. That's like that's a conflation. Okay.
I think Michael
false-
Leibowitz had a debate with him.
Dave Smith is not a
I
libertarian.
recognize this ginger.
Does this guy
He
show
really
his face?
isn't.
Oh.
Yeah. If you go to live,
So you know who this is?
I think like you don't forget your gingers.
Oh, this is the guy. This is the guy the EU was interacting with. I had no idea. Am I right here, Akira? This is the one that EU is. He considers himself an objectivist. He wears a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, what a
in
loser.
every single.
Oh my god, no, he needs to go to jail just for wearing that shirt. Is politics a legitimate branch of... These are all so long.
No,
I don't want to
law
watch any
is.
of this. Tell me to pick one.
What do you want to watch? Oh.
I just want to see what he
is there
sounds
like...
like.
Sure.
Is there anything? I'll just like read.
You can go to like most popular. No, but that's all gonna
Jake
be like
Lloyd.
anti-social
Oh, Jack
stuff.
Lloyd. Jake Lloyd is Anakin in Star Wars, so I thought maybe that would be interesting. Debating a Sternirite. No, I want to see what he like if he's.
No, I don't believe there are any. I think it's a meme.
Explaining anarcho-capitalism.
So apparently, I went on this channel.
This is just the video quality, right? It's not me.
What happened was there was.
Wait, can you share
maybe
sound
2 or
on
3
Discord or
handicaps,
something? Otherwise,
Oh, you're right.
I
You're right.
beefed
You're
with
right.
them on
I
that
can.
panel, and
How do I do that though?
me having no good prior knowledge.
isn't there
of
just a button
ANCAP,
to like share sound?
Yeah.
I managed to garner some ANCAP people into my audience, and
I
they
think I
told
might
me
have to
go
screen
and talk
share.
to you, you know. And
Do you?
you know,
kinda dumb.
just so the whole entire point of this entire conversation, you know,
Wait.
may or may not turn into a debate, is that I sort of just want to, you know, poke your brain a little bit. I sort of want to see,
Yeah,
you know, where your
sorry.
headings
This
are.
I just realized
and,
how
you
hard
know, where
this
your
is
thought
since we're not
processes come
synced.
from, and you know,
I'll just tell you
well,
what she's
there-
saying.
No.
I'm
There
just
is
gonna repeat
no.
So-
There is like a YouTube play
why
at
don't
the
you tell
same
me a
time
bit
player or
about,
something.
yourself
YouTube
first.
player.
Why did you start
Private
doing,
YouTube client? Is this it?
Wow, I can't believe what a small world. I had no idea.
What?
I saw EU make a video about this guy, and I had no idea what they were talking about. Now I remember it's coming together. He did say Liquid Zulu. Wow. Oh man, I have no interest in internet blood sports. It might be a bad idea to be doing this because someone's gonna clip this and then at me. I'm just talking. I absolutely want to do this. I want to watch him.
Oh, it's called Watch Together. Well, that wasn't hard to figure out.
Yeah, but I can't do that.
Why not?
All right, we can try, but remember how it's... So I'm going to have to screen capture another thing on Discord. We can try it that way.
No, you just screen capture the screen again.
Crazy, no way.
Wait, you should...
That's not how Watch Together
should.
works.
What do you mean? You create it and send me shit, because you have the links. Like, invite me.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put a video there. And you play that.
Okay.
Alright, while you figure it out, I'm gonna get some drink.
Get some buckets of cum.
Guzzling buckets of cum.
Here, look, wait. Did you just get the link? Just click it so I can start doing something.
Sure.
I can actually search YouTube through this site or no?
Yeah, search. But you can just paste link. Alright, bit a bit.
Alright. We're going to look for a Liquid Zulu thing. I don't want to watch that one I already clicked on. We'll just click on something more recent. Explaining anarcho-capitalism. Interrogating anarcho-objectivism? Is this what, Oh, he talks to Inductica? What? Why are all these people hanging out with this guy? This shit is dumb. What is this website that Daniel sent me? What is this? Search or paste a link. We got that. Okay, play it. And now I'm gonna
I'm
show
recording.
you guys.
Coolio. So hello everyone. I'm joined here today by a very nice fella by the name of Inductica. A fan favorite, apparently. People have been asking me, Guy specifically,
I do
who's
like
in the chat
James.
right now, I believe. He's been asking me to talk to you and check out your stuff for so long, but I've been putting it off because I wasn't
What are you
interested
talking about?
specifically in the STEM stuff at that time.
What? Welcome back.
What are they talking about?
Where did physics go wrong?
Fuck up. I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to watch that either. I just saw Inductica.
Sure.
I can't believe I have been sleeping on. I had no idea all this was going on. Responding to the critics? Oh my god, why are
In
these
fact,
so
almost everybody
long,
considers
dude?
anarchism to be an ideology which is completely insane. You might have...
Fuck, dude, why does he talk for so long?
You probably do not consider yourself to be an anarchist.
Still working?
In fact, almost everybody considers anarchism to be an ideology which is completely insane. You might have minor disagreements here and there with other people, but anarchism is surely a whole different level of wrongness. I'm here to tell you that you have been misled. There are a few different reasons why I think someone might reject anarchism, and I will be addressing them all. On this first point, a typical claim might go like, in an anarchist society, there would be no centralized government to enforce the law, so there would be total chaos. The first error made by
chaos.
this
Is
sort
this
of
him
claim
talking?
is that it is substituting the result
Is
that
he-
the government expects would
so
come from
he's like a
anarchy
real
for the
ginger.
definition of anarchy.
Like a
this is an inversion
kilt
of the
kinda
correct order
ginger.
of operations. We need to first establish what anarchism actually is before we can determine what results we expect to come about from adhering to it. Anarchism is a general term that applies to any philosophy that rejects legal authoritarianism. Allow me to
No,
break
it's
that
what
down.
legalizes
Legal
authoritarianism.
authoritarianism is the thesis that the law
Legal-
comes from some
There's no legal anything.
and then
right?
Yeah, and that's also like a really
Or in
retarded
other words,
definition
that
of
actions are justified on the
authoritarianism.
grounds that the preferred
Law
authority
comes
says
from
that they are.
authority. Okay. What about the law of gravity?
As an example, say Robinson Crusoe is
it's
on a
a-
desert island.
God.
and
It's a
finds
different
stick poking
definition
out of a
of law.
tree.
Oh.
He expects that this stick would allow him to begin spearfishing, so he fashions a point onto the end and then runs off to the ocean to give it a go. At this point, another man, Friday, sees the stick and thinks that it would be great to stoke his fire, so he runs up to Crusoe and
he wants
attempts
to
to
stoke
wrestle it
that
off
fire.
him. If these men were so inclined to attempt to justify their respective conduct pertaining to the stick, let's think about what they might say. Crusoe could argue that it is his stick because he found it first and was already using it before Friday came over and tried to take it from him. Friday then says that this is irrelevant because he wants this.
Oh, so anarchy is like for playgrounds? Is that the purpose of
Yeah,
this
this
analogy?
is I hate when people try to like talk about like societies and they start with like two people meet themselves on an island. It's like like a dumb way of like thinking about a sort of like civilization or society. I mean, we'll see where he goes with this point, but I've seen it before. But yeah, this is like both of them have to like if one of them engages in force, then yeah, you don't have society. If 50% of your society doesn't like agree with the way it's with like general concepts of how it's going to be run, then yeah, it's just like chaos. Like you don't have a society. But let's see where it goes with this.
Also, with two people, it's hard to call
The
that a
stick, and so he's
society.
justified in taking
Yeah,
it from Crusoe.
yeah.
Or perhaps Friday appeals to a village elder who said that Friday is the stick keeper for the whole island, and so that is why he's justified. You can think of any number of different authorities that Friday might appeal to, whether it be himself, the village elder, or even some deity that bestowed this power unto him. But the point is that Friday is justifying his conduct by reference to the say-so of an authority. This means that Friday is a legal authoritarian, with Crusoe being the legal anarchist.
No.
Okay, so he's appealing to authority, and I thought an appeal to authority is a logical fallacy, is it not? Wait, I just want to hear it. Wait, let me hear him say that one more time.
Yeah, just listen. Yeah,
Okay.
Let's see.
But the point is that Friday is justifying his conduct by reference to the say-so of an authority.
Okay,
This
and that's
means
just
that
so
Friday
let's
is a
throw it
legal
out.
Authoritarian, with Crusoe being the legal anarchist. It is worth noting on this point that anarchism doesn't mean that there are no laws.
What?
Crusoe is not asserting that anything good.
Yeah. What is legal? Did he define like legal anarchism? I guess he'll go into it.
Legal.
So, well, he's using like retarded definitions for everything. For him, legal authoritarianism just means that there is a state that has laws, that's authoritarianism for him, legal authoritarianism. Like there exists a state that works by certain, pretty much any society ever is legal authoritarianism for him, because there are some, even like everything from like America, like during its founding or like later, was like legal authoritarianism, and everything from to like Nazi Germany or like the first Babylonian state are all like legal authoritarianism.
Okay.
Because they have like a certain, yeah.
Does he differentiate like between nature? I assume this is all just about human interaction, right?
Well, he's going into legal anarchism, so let's see where he goes with that.
Okay.
No,
you have the power.
I think I can
right?
also play it.
You are the one who paused it. That's
Rather,
what threw me
he's
off.
asserting that
I
the law
didn't-
does not come
did
from
I?
some authority figure's arbitrary decrees, that it is objective, that it is inherent in
Because you're so
nature.
used to it.
Accordingly, anarchism is called a theory of natural.
Okay, and here is also a problem. Like law is objective and natural, and he just puts it like out there without like what does it mean? Like
what does that mean?
Law was never in nature. First law came from like Roman state and like Greek states. So again, trying to like say that it was somehow in nature. I mean, I guess. Wait, is this like 2 hours of just him like talking? Like, is this like a 2-hour essay?
Considering how much he's covered in 2 minutes, I'm interested to see how it could go on.
And
for
yeah,
2 hours.
in the first,
It's
in
like
the first thing, I
bullet
would say,
points. Yikes!
yeah,
up the
in the
wazoo.
first thing, I would say the law does not come from some authorities figures arbitrary decrees.
Yes.
That's pretty much not. I mean, you could call it the law, but that's pretty much like a temporary decree. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I would agree on the first thing. I would agree that law is also no. There can be like non-objective law, but yeah, like a proper law can be like objectively defined.
You just said that you could have a non-objective law. So this bullet point, I'm not sure what is he talking about.
Yeah,
Under
okay.
What does he mean? This is under his legal anarchy that law is objective.
Yeah, I mean that's weird. So for him, like a Nazi Germany was didn't have laws because it was like all like somewhat arbitrary.
Richard, yeah, I already pointed out that I don't trust anyone who wears Hawaiian t-shirts unless they're retired and they.
I was about to defend James, and then you said the retired.
Yeah,
part.
yeah, you have to be a.
Oh no, he didn't.
Okay,
He used to do that more in the past. I haven't seen it recently, or maybe it's just during summer actually.
Well, yeah, you need to consider why you're his friend then, basically, because it's not okay. But
Well, he's retired.
He's what? He's retarded? No. Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, or if you're Dexter Morgan, then you can pull it off. If you like, if you're so.
Oh wait, I was actually because I would also
independent.
have to defend Robert, but he's also retired. So
Yeah, I thought about
So
Robert
good.
as well.
no, he's retired.
Nope. Yeah, but no, I'm sorry.
Unless he
this
he
is
started
my new
work because
law,
I think it
and
was.
Robert is out. James Valiant is out.
Well, you said they can be retired.
I changed my mind. I think
Oh.
all Hawaiian shirts are bad, and
Well, I haven't seen either of them wearing it in some time, so.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. That makes me feel a little better. Let's hear. Maybe he will explain how law is objective / natural, which are two, like kind of unique concepts. So
Yeah.
why
I mean, he
lump them
comes
together?
from I mean, any anarchist has to believe in like natural rights, which are, it's a dumb way.
It's dumb.
But they have to. They have to believe in natural rights because otherwise they like cannot justify it.
Does he flirt with God? Like, does he think flirt with other dimensions or something? Are you familiar with him at all?
Who?
This guy, Liquid.
No, I just know
He's an
generally
atheist.
of people who like talk about like natural rights.
I'm just always interested in what people mean when they say natural. But if they're like atheist, what do they consider natural? Because wouldn't he just be a Darwinist then? Like, doesn't it just mean like then his idea should be might makes right? I don't know. Can we play? Can I find out?
Yeah. I mean, we should listen to them. Oh,
Now,
I'm not gonna
strikes
listen.
you as
I'm not
being
gonna listen to anything he says. I'm just gonna try.
Okay. We're just gonna
figure out why he's a
this is,
terrible
You are
piece of
trying to
shit.
you are strawmanning him. You're just trying to build up a position so you can tear it down.
I have no interest in hearing anything. I'm just only interested in understanding why he's a terrible person.
more peaceful individual. Surely it is Crusoe. Crusoe was minding his business, and then Friday physically attacked him and attempted to deprive him of his means of bettering his own life. This is an important observation. Anarchism is peaceful. It is the non-anarchists who bring about chaos. Anarchism as such does not provide...
This is like so, like, what you call that? Like the rationalistic, like we're just... I don't know, we're just like imposing these like situations.
Yeah, dude,
I don't know how you would normally... Yeah.
Is anarchism peaceful? Because all it takes is like one person to ruin your day. I've been out walking around downtown.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
No, well, his definition is like basically any like this is what he's saying, right? Like, so in like an anarchist society or whatever you would call it, everyone is peaceful, and if somebody tries to impose force, then they are not anarchist. They are legal authoritarian.
Okay, yeah. Well, then they don't exist, and so we don't even have to really worry about them. They won't.
Yeah. So it's like
I hear what
everybody's
you're saying.
anarchist.
That is very kind of circular.
Yeah.
Sounds like something.
Would you call this circular? No, but it's like impossible situation because it's like, because it like automatically defeats any sort of like argument you would have against it. It's like, well, what if somebody, wants to impose violence? It's like, well, they are legal authoritarians, and this is not anarchism. This is not what I'm. So it's like Plato's ideal, or I don't want to call it that, but it's like this idealistic, or not idealistic even, but like he's not dealing with like actual reality.
There's
or like actual concepts,
like no true anarchist kind of thing going on. Like, anything bad is not going to be anarchist.
Yeah. Like anything, like he's the opposite of like the communist, right? Like communism is when stuff is perfect, and when stuff is not perfect, well, that's not communism.
Right.
It's the exact same thing.
But that's
like
what
anarchism is when everybody's peaceful, and when somebody is not peaceful, well, that's not anarchism.
So people will say we do the same thing, saying that about like freedom or laissez-faire, and you can't point to it exactly right now because we don't have it completely. So people will say that.
No.
But what is the difference?
No, but well, we can, right? Because if in a laissez-faire system, if you break law, which we try to define objectively, which we try to have a whole philosophy to come out of, then you will get punished. But you are still in the system. You're still like, you are sort of accounted for. Well, if you commit murder in like a laissez-faire system, you go to jail. That is like accounted for. But if in his sort of definition of anarchism, you commit crime, then you are like a different society. Like you don't exist in that society. You are like a separate thing almost.
Yeah.
At least that's what it like kind of feels like so far.
This is what people when they criticize like idealism and utopias, like that comes to my mind now, because what you just said, people will criticize objectivists for promoting like a utopia, but what you just said like countered that perfectly. Like, no, that's why we have a legal system. It's not the idea that everything will run, quote unquote, perfectly.
Yeah, and also to allow for the actual like peaceful disagreements, right? People might disagree over things like where should the fence, we share a law, where should the fence be, right? Especially if you have like an older deed, you might have like an honest disagreement, and you need like a objective dispute. You need like somebody to be able to say, okay, we end it here, this is the judgment on this. Right.
Let's go. He hasn't really said anything yet, except just
I'm kind of. We should. Who is like unpausing? I guess.
I didn't do it.
Be more dominant.
Oh yeah, you can. No,
okay.
Take over. That it is non-authority.
All right, sure. The guy who pauses has to unpause. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's
Because
fair.
he was the one who wanted to make a comment, right?
That's very fair, yeah.
This does not give us much. It is often entirely unclear which party in any given conflict is appealing to authority, or if either of them are. Thus, we need to turn to a specific subset of anarchism, called anarcho-capitalism, for our positive case. Anarcho-capitalism starts by recognizing the fundamental problem that law tackles, namely, scarcity. It is only because the stick is scarce that Crusoe and Friday can come into conflict over its use. This
Fuck, I hate the scarcity argument. It's so retarded.
That's why law exists? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, it's down. It's and the people make this whole argument about like why gold is valuable is because it's scarce. It's like shut up.
Requires a specific understanding of the terminology. To say that a given entity is scarce is to say that men can come into conflicts over its use, where a conflict is defined as mutually exclusive actions. Crusoe cannot use a stick to spearfish at the same time that Friday uses it to stoke his fire. One action excludes the other, i.e., they are mutually exclusive. Thus, anarcho-capitalism holds the non-aggression principle as the fundamental...
Okay.
But this is dumb. Like, why is like all everything in the world automatically like in this like collective ownership that we have like scarcity over? Like anything has been produced by somebody. Even a stick has been picked up or teared off the tree by somebody. So, like everything has like a production. Everything has something infused in it. And again, this I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't know enough philosophy to fully go into it because this comes from the idea. Because you have to go back to ethics, and this is why like rights are connected to ethics and politics, right? Because it comes from the fact that man has to act for his own flourishing. So that's how we breach the sort of ethics to politics gap. But he's starting in politics basically.
Well,
he's starting with like scarcity.
I think he's starting with man has to act, but
no, he's not.
That's coming in a little bit
He's starting
late.
with scarcity.
I hear what you're saying, but man has to act isn't even the first. Man has to think. Like that's the real first step. And so yeah.
Well,
like,
yeah.
So even still, like even if he were to, I guess, start out by saying man needs to act, and so then we go from here. It's still all of it feels very like physical. Like where's the spirit, I guess is what I mean. Not in a religious sense, but the conscious.
Akira said, Akira says, has he said he's Howard Rock because he's a ginger yet? So Howard Rock is not a ginger. Howard Rock has red hair.
Okay.
Orange hair. He's not a ginger though.
What makes him a ginger?
He's never called a ginger. He just has orange hair.
What's a ginger then? What's the difference? Are you a ginger?
No.
Yeah. Your hair is kind of like brown.
Well, yeah.
But isn't it historically more of a reddish, orangey?
Wait, let me actually look it up on Kindle if ginger is said once.
Wow, you don't have a definition for me? This guy's got to look up a definition. Don't listen to Daniel ever.
No. I'm looking in the Fountainhead if ginger was ever said.
No, that wasn't a word
I don't
yet.
think
They didn't
was.
invent that word yet.
Really? Is it like a recent one?
I don't know.
Wait, let's see. Ginger. Nope, no results for ginger were found.
Incredible.
So he's not a ginger. He just has orange hair.
Primarily used in British English. Where did it come from? This is too much of a off topic.
Oh yeah, and this guy even disregards politics, so it's whatever.
It's a fundamental starting point for all legal analysis, where aggression means the initiation of conflict. So for the case of the stick, we no longer have to imagine what sort of justification Friday might bring. We can simply see that he is the one who has initiated the conflict, and thus his action is not justified. It will be shown later on.
What do you mean criminal? What do you mean?
Conflict is also very kind of like not specific.
Well, he defined conflict. He defined conflict earlier as like a because it comes from like scarcity for him, that it's like you want different things with something.
Right.
So
I remember that.
If
He initiated
If he wants
the
to
conflict.
use, yeah.
He initiated the conflict because the white guy found the stick, right? So the white guy found the stick, and so because the other guy wanted to use the stick, then it's a conflict.
Wait, no, technically, why aggression is the initiation of conflict? Well, technically, he came in and said something, right? But, well, what if I steal somebody's jar when he's not looking, and then he comes to take it back? Didn't he initiate the conflict?
A jar of cum? Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Like, he initiated the conflict, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Because, like, he didn't have any use for it. He wasn't using it.
Yeah, what happens when you put the stick down back on the ground? Is it then anyone else, as soon as they pick it up, then it's theirs? Is that how it works?
Or can I... Well, what if I say I want to use the moon? I just want to use the moon, and I'm the first one to say it.
What are you going to use a moon for, huh?
Well, whatever I want.
I would build an awesome
But you are the
base.
initiator if you say you want to use it for something else, or you want to land there. It's mine. I said so.
Sure. Yeah.
How did he even come to ownership?
Yeah, he just said he picked it off the
Unless
ground.
it's like immediate, like I hold that specific
Well, that's
thing.
what you said earlier is like, that made it really clear for me, like, that is a form of production, just picking up the stick. Any manipulation of the physical world.
I defined
is
it.
doing
He
something.
didn't.
He didn't. But once you do that, then I understand, okay, that's like the most basic form of production is picking a flower out of the ground. And from there, I can extrapolate a million, gathering resources to create a fucking, a furnace and melting metal and creating tools and stuff. But it all starts with that very first idea, like you're saying, like we act in the world. Yeah, because based on this so far, I'm trying to figure out how I could be in an agreement with if I want the stick, and it like the rule is that you pick it up off the ground. I just don't know what's essential about that.
Well, he didn't define it.
He didn't. You did, and you've actually figured out for him that actually is an act of production, and I totally think that's right. I think that makes sense. Like just like digestion, chewing is digestion. Like starting, forget that. That was a non sequitur, and I'd rather not go down that path. But it's something I've been thinking about lately, because digestion is like a really, it's like a pretty wide concept, and it goes from your mouth to your butthole. So anyway, forget. Let's just play, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, I just got a message. I have to be quieter, so I'll try to be quieter.
Oh, it's late. I didn't realize. Well, I have to go in like 20 minutes anyway, so just hang in there.
All right, we can watch a bit more.
I didn't pause it.
Do I have
never
to? Yeah.
paused
Clean,
it.
contrary to the non-aggression principle, must devolve into legal authoritarianism, and why legal authoritarianism is false. For now, I must address a critique of my semantics here, forwarded by Tick. To be clear, Tick agrees with the ANCAPs on ethics, at least as far as I can tell. He just disagrees with calling it anarchism.
Anarchy just means no state. It doesn't mean everything's on fire or people are barbarians. It just means no state. Problem is that the dictionary definition of what a state is does not mention coercion.
Okay, going into space, never mind, I forgot my analogy. What he was saying is anarchy doesn't mean people burning, it just means no state. Like, has he heard of cause and effect? My space analogy was just like, flying in space doesn't mean you have to have a spaceship. Like, I don't know, there's certain, that's a statement that doesn't make sense. Like, it leads to that, right? It leads to people burning and dying. At least some, right? It has to, right? Because people are going to have to fight over something if there's no state. Don't you have to?
Diego,
someone is going to be on fire. Like someone. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Diego is asking if this is alt tick or modern post-objectivism tick. Well, I don't think that is like a post-objectivism tick. He is like looking into stuff. But yeah, you can see Leonard Pickoff's book behind him, so it's at least probably like a year to old at least at the most. So I think like year old at most.
Is it this one? This is Leonard Peikoff's book. Hitler. No, where's
Yeah, the Gods
Leonard
of Hitler's Germany.
Where?
It's right behind it. It's the biggest one.
Oh.
Or like the most prominent
The
one.
one say, sometimes, if it was a snake, it was a snake, it would have bit me. I think this guy was also in a Guy Ritchie movie, or like all of them.
The dictionaries vary, but the essential definition is that a state is a politically organized community on a given piece of territory. And the idea goes like this.
Okay.
When humans gather together, they form hierarchies. These hierarchies, when they reach a certain size, get classed as public, which is when they become states. When
that
you
sounds
have
kinda
a
messy, yeah?
large hierarchy of society, that is classed as a state.
So, on this view, anarchism is an ideology that is opposed to the state, where the state is any public hierarchy. Tick says here that the standard for what is public as against private is size. He elaborates on this in another video.
The family did not receive its laws from the city. Private law existed before the city. These families were private families. Privus.
Private parts. Euphemistic. A person's genitals.
Meaning single
I was just reading
or
the definition.
individual. Meant, and still does, a person or belonging to a small group of people that was separate from public life. In a sense, small, independent, private estates rather than large organizations.
It is on this front that the entire problem with Tick's rejection of anarchism can be found, because the definition of public as against private that he is using is a package deal. Package dealing is the fallacy of
Oh,
failing to
fuck off,
discriminate
this is
crucial
stolen.
differences.
Whoa!
It consists in treating together as parts of a single conceptual whole or package
I've never seen the Ayn Rand lexicon anywhere except on my own screen. That's cool.
elements which differ essentially in nature, true status, importance, or value. On both the private and the public front, Tick engages in package dealing. For him, private means small and either individual or collective. The family unit is just a small collective, and public means large and collective. This is clear to see 33 minutes into his video on public versus private, when he classes big business under the same term as central banks and state. This is where the package comes from. The historical association
Okay, that's
has been
correct.
that the
That's
only
not-
way
that
for a
kinda checks
society
out
to
that
become
that
large
is a
scale
package.
and have any big groups within it is for those groups to rule everyone else. So, if we have a society where each individual lives peacefully with everyone else and operates purely on production and trade, is each person a state? I'm tempted to say they are if there can be multiple states in Ancapistan, like Tick says, but all of these interactions are individual,
That
i.e.
doesn't
private,
sound
i.e.
good.
non-state. So then perhaps the state here encompasses the entire private society. But then we're back to the assumption that the only way for there to be a society is for them to be subjects who are ruled under the same central authority. This is a problem. Tick justified his classing of big business as public here using the Rothbardian argument against natural monopolization. The argument is basically that as a firm grows in size within some particular market, it has a growing internal economy that it cannot perform calculation within. If you want to understand this point fully, I suggest you
Oh,
watch
that's
this
so
video
dumb.
on the economic calculation problem. But
Wait, like he said there it could become you couldn't calculate it? Has that ever
Yeah,
happened?
it's-
Isn't there like calculations for everything that has
no.
ever happened?
No, it's the idea. I don't know why people try to make that argument. Is that basically they try to extrapolate like communism and the fact that you don't have prices, you don't have basically like any mechanism to like adjust things, right? Because you don't have private individuals like doing their own choices, and you don't have the sort of like the order, the chaos and order of like market to like regulate, you know, regulate like inefficiencies or control for inefficiencies. And I didn't know Rothbard made that argument, but apparently some people say that like big companies have the same problem because they control so many things that they cannot like handle price mechanism. It's dumb idea. Like companies like Walmart or Amazon would never exist if that was true. Like this idea that you cannot compute, like again, that's a problem with both the anarchists and the communists, that they think of they think that private companies and the state are the same thing. So the same problems that apply to the state apply to like big companies or something, which is dumb. It's like they still have like price mechanism to respond to. They still have internal sort of like things they have to watch out for. And if they ignore them, then yeah, they'll collapse. But that's not like inevitable.
Right. Yeah. It just sounds like something that someone would say who doesn't run a big business and is unfamiliar with like it doesn't crunch large numbers. I'm like terrible at math, and I could never like be an accountant for a mega company, but someone can. Like it.
Yeah, Akira says that they essentially think big bad.
Yeah, big equals bad. Okay, I
But
saw
I don't
that.
think
the
understanding
size.
that is required here. This argument is correct as far as it goes, but it does not go as far as tech needs it to go.
Fuck,
The
I just
Rothbardian
it's just it's like I've run into this in other things, but just this idea that people are just like, well, that's too complicated for me, therefore it's just too complicated and no one can figure it out. Why doesn't? Where's all the Christian humility?
establishes
just bothers
only
me
that it
when
is
people
impossible
go,
for a purely voluntary firm to establish a
I can't
stranglehold
understand
over
it,
an
so it's
entire market
not
and achieve
understandable.
natural monopolization. It does not establish that no business can ever become very large, either in real or relative terms. In real terms, it is obviously possible for a firm in a society with a high level of capital development to be big in comparison to Crusoe on the island. And it is also possible for a firm to come to some brand new and very valuable innovation that rockets them to the top of an entirely new market for some period of time. Thus, bigness versus smallness is not the key criterion we must work upon here. The correct criterion is collective as against individual. The actual public entities, such as the state or central banks, operate through aggressive means. They do not function on the trader's principle. Rather, they rely on being economic parasites sucking the blood of the productive men in society. Those productive men may or may not control vast wealth, because the wealth or the bigness is not the key component. Notice how this applies also on the private side of Tick's definitions. He tells us that private means belonging to or for the use of one particular person or group of people only. The inclusion of the group here is the infection of the term with collectivism. Thus, the choice we are given is not between individualism or collectivism, it's between small or big collectivism. Group ownership is not possible. It is a contradiction in terms. The idea of group ownership comes about
Can I
out of
skip
pure
ahead? I
Platonism.
know this.
The idea that the collective is
I
the
wanna
really
find
real
something
thing,
that I think
and that
is
the
dumb.
individual is merely a subsidiary or cell of the collective body. The evidence of this is
'Cause
there
I'm
are
running out of
innate
time.
ideas or mystic means of gaining knowledge on Hobbes' philosophy.
Well, I kind of want to fight on collective ownership because, like, you can like hold something in trust. I mean, that might not be what he means, but I think he's kind of
He's arguing
kinda
against it, though,
assuming
right?
that.
He's arguing against the idea that
Well,
the
yeah,
size
because
matters.
I think he is kind of dropping.
He just
concept.
seems like the kind of guy who argues against the idea that size matters. But on this point,
Based.
I'm enjoying it. You know, I changed my mind. All he needs to do is change his shirt.
A way to understand anarchy is to throw out the bigness aspect and have anarchy be the absence of aggression. Certainly, if you have no interactions between anyone ever, i.e. non-society,
But what does it mean, the absence of aggression? Like nobody commits violence?
Yeah, right.
then you will have an absence of aggression. But the alternative to this is not aggression plus society.
How do you get rid of aggression?
You can have a society without aggression. The theory of concepts that Tick is counting on in his use
Well,
of
what do you mean? You cannot just say that. You
Yeah,
have
I
to
know. I
justify
was
that.
so waiting for the next sentence to blow my mind as to how that's possible.
historical definitions above all else is called nominalism. Nominalist arguments have been maintained throughout the history of philosophy, going right back to the ancient Greeks. But in the context of modern philosophy, the man we must look to in order to understand nominalism is Thomas Hobbes. Hobbes comes onto the scene during the Renaissance and was deeply influenced by the new scientific attitude that was proliferated at the time. He constructed his philosophy using the methods found in geometry. That is, he would start with basic axioms, which were then used to produce lemmas and draw further implications until you have an entire system. The axioms he
Nice.
chose were the basic
I like
premises
those
of modern
words.
science. He was
They're cool.
Yeah, why
right
is it
in
all
this
in
sense.
Latin?
Unlike better philosophers, he merely accepted the principles that were proliferated
yeah, I think
by
so.
others without questioning them. The Platonists would tell him that the mind is supernatural. He would accept this on its face, and by that token reject the faculty of consciousness. Hobbes was accordingly a total materialist on metaphysics. Everything is
I
matter
remember
in
that.
motion, just like the particles studied by the physicists, or the chemicals studied by the chemists. Thus, there is no such thing as purpose or goal. There is only what Aristotle called efficient causes, i.e., all of existence is like a big swirling mess of billiard balls whose motion is entirely predetermined by the laws of mechanics. Of course, by the time Hobbes gets to his epistemology, like all materialists, he has to smuggle in the mind, as that is the very faculty that epistemology studies. Again here, he merely accepts a
Why are we talking about
pre-established
this?
position, namely empiricism, that all knowledge is based on
We
the
don't have
evidence
time
of
to
the
get through,
senses.
and
There are no
I'm
innate
not sure
ideas
where to
or
go.
mystic
Hey,
means
you.
of gaining knowledge on Hobbes' philosophy.
Bro.
How then does he account for
All of this happened. I already watched EU's videos on this. I didn't make the connection between the name. This guy called me out and posted a screenshot on Twitter of our interaction in your on Brooks chat. So then I just sort of wanted to watch him, and I realized, oh, this is who Existence has been like talking about.
Sense perception on purely
What a
materialist
small
grounds.
world.
His idea, in basic terms, is that external matter strikes our body in specific locations, which then sets off a chain of various oscillations and motions towards the brain according to the laws of
Why are we
mechanics.
talking
And
about this?
sensation is just the way which we experience
I don't know,
motions
but
in
I
the
like
brain.
these
What
little.
it
I
means
like
to
the
experience
graphics.
anything if there is no such thing as a mind.
Sometimes I
Nor
feel
are
like
we only
that when I
experience
wake
these
up in
motions
the
the
morning.
brain, but not elsewhere. Is
Yeah,
left
but he was
entirely
just
around
talking
here,
about
which is a
how
bit of a problem.
They lost
This
me.
is
like
compounded further by his
anarchism is
acceptance
without
of what philosophers
authority,
call
and he
the
just went
primary
into
secondary
like this.
cause of distinction. That our
Nominalism.
senses
So
only
I
pick up
assume he's going to
distorted
tie that
impressions of what is really out there.
back
Such
to
that the
anarchy.
real world is not remotely what it appears
Yeah,
to
but
be.
that's just dumb. I cannot hold all of this at once to like go back.
I feel derailed now. And good
In actual
lord,
fact,
how does it
this
go for
position
2
has it,
hours?
The real world is colorless,
It was
soundless,
Akira.
temperatureless,
It was Akira.
odorless,
This is
etc.
right.
All that really exists is quantity and motion. So for Hobbes, we know that the senses are invalid through process of thought, and that thought is based on the evidence of the senses. So thought
Sorry
is
for
supposed to
trying to
invalidate
take
that which
credit
it is based
for that
upon.
idea.
You can see, I'm sure, how the materialist position is leading Hobbes to total
Yeah, I'm not even
epistemic
processing
suicide.
this. I cannot
Allow me to
hold
draw
all
out
of
just
this.
one aspect
Yeah,
of
let's just
this
play
as
video
it
games
pertains
again.
to concepts. For Hobbes, thought is
No,
merely
I
an
wanna
image,
see where he
a
goes with
decaying
this,
sense
though.
experience. The idea is that these motions and oscillations in the mind slowly fade away over time into noise. Because this applies to all thought, it applies also to concepts. This position is called sensualism, that all cognitive elements are sense perceptions, that the only cognitive faculty possessed by man is that of sensation. Of course, on this view, where all man can do is sense things, the only thing he can be cognizant of is particulars. In other words, on this view, it is not
Existence.
possible for a man to abstract away from a number of particulars to form concepts. This brings us squarely to nominalism, that concepts are merely
Yeah.
linguistic conventions, collective names arbitrarily imposed by men on roughly resembling particulars on the standard of subjective human convenience. That there are no real universals, particulars are the only things that exist. That man creates classes
wait,
of objects rather than discover.
No, just let him go with this.
Okay, I know. Yeah.
This nominalist sensualist position, which has been grafted onto empiricism since
don't
the
have to
Renaissance,
restart.
yields
Not
disastrous
much has
consequences on philosophy. There can be
I'm
no
not here to
meaningful
offer
definitions
insight.
on this view. A definition
I'm
is
just
supposed to
here
be a
for cum.
statement of the essence of some class. But if classification is subjective and arbitrary, so too must definitions be. Definitions can no longer be stated to be true or false, just convenient or inconvenient, and there can be no objective standard of convenience. This then means that there can be no general principles. If one says that man is mortal
he
or socialism is slavery,
building
he's
up
counting
to
upon the
dismantle
definitions
this?
of those terms.
Or is he
But those
supporting
definitions
this?
are now said to be
Yeah, no.
arbitrary, and so the general
Wait.
principles are also arbitrary.
Yeah, because all this is like all very wrong, right? So, but he was saying this leads us squarely here. So it sounds like he's saying this is the right way to end up. I'll play.
No,
again,
no.
but
Let's
I'm
listen a bit more.
confused. Isn't he going to tear this down?
And so falls away general objective principles. Every dispute over principles thus falls into the well of being a merely semantic disagreement over how we are going to use words, rather than an actual dispute over what is true or false. As Peikoff states the point,
now, for instance, our communist comes in and says, I have my own definition of slavery.
Okay, so he
Slavery, by my definition, is the state of being wrapped up in bondage.
he's
to
not
your own selfish
supporting
interests. Whereas
nominalism.
true freedom I define as the state of being released from confining personal concerns and being compelled to serve and love your brothers. Well,
Guys,
if
don't
slavery
fight,
is
don't
being
fight.
egoistic and freedom is being compelled to be self-sacrificial, and this is the Platonic Hegelian definition of freedom and slavery,
Oh, not the
then
Platonic
socialism
Hegelian.
Listen
is
how
freedom,
young Peacock
and
sounds.
capitalism
Yeah.
does rest on slavery.
now here at least, the communist is asserting that their definition is correct and mine is incorrect, so there is a possibility of debating who is right and how the words should be used. The nominalist, on the other hand, completely rejects that it's possible for a definition to be anything other than a linguistic contract of sorts. Thus, when Tix says that the standard of which words should be used is those which are most accepted and can thus be used to communicate, and when he takes the
I don't
historic
think we're
definition above
wrapping
all
back.
else, he's implicitly adopting the nominalist
Yeah, we're back to
viewpoint.
the.
That is to say, the fundamental
just
principle
shitting
of
on
word
Dick.
definitions is not
Diego, Dan is trying to like tell people about objectivism. I'm just fucking around on a webcam, so that's the difference. Like, it is pretty boring, but I'm not really trying to get anyone to do. I have no actual like intent here for a YouTube channel.
communication. Words are not mere linguistic playthings that we may select
you
at
had to
will,
defend
and the
yourself?
standard of their truth is not that people use them in that way. Definitions can be objectively correct or incorrect on epistemic grounds, and
mean,
thus
like
epistemology
Dan
must
wants
be
people
employed
to
when we're
watch it.
choosing which definition to adopt.
I just
Now,
turned
I don't
my
think that Tick
webcam
is a
on. I
raging
really don't care
human
either
or
way.
anything like that, but this is an area where I think he is not applying the correct methods of epistemology. He must take into account not only how the words are used,
Daniel's
but more
really good at
fundamentally
this.
what the requirements of man's mind are. Furthermore, I also don't think that Tick's understanding of the
Said it
state
twice.
just being a large collection of people lines up with what most people think. It is my view that
It's
Murray
weird that he's
Rothbard
talking over
correctly
this
identified
footage of a
what
guy
is
talking.
the most
It's very
important
confusing.
namely, a monopoly on the use of force. They then combine this with legal positivism, which almost everybody adopts, and thus conclude that the state is also a monopoly on the justification of the use of force, such that aggression done by the state or by the state's
Just for people to know, this guy like 6 minutes ago said anarchism. What did he say? Anarchism is a state of affairs without violence, and never justified it, and just went on this like 7-minute rant on like nominalism.
is justified, whereas
Keep going. I thought it was going to tie back around. I'm just unclear. He keeps presenting each view like seemingly equally, and I'm unclear as to which ones he's promoting and which ones he's.
Yeah, and I don't see how this ties back in any way.
Let's watch a little.
Other
more.
aggression is not. This is why people are fine with the government stealing their money, but not a random thug on the street. After all, if you believe that there is a legitimate monopoly on the use of force, then that monopoly gets to decide that certain aggressions are fine by pure fiat. A monopoly means that you are excluding competition. This means that if the state is justified, it must be justified in preventing people from defending property on their own, and therefore the state must be operating under legal authoritarianism.
Yeah, I see a Kira
Now,
how he's
I
doing
want to be
that.
clear here on one point. Tick brought up in his video that it is wrong to define the state as being coercive or aggressive because the dictionary definitions do not mention coercion, and that I myself appeal to dictionary definitions when it comes to socialism, so it would be improper for me to drop the dictionary altogether on this issue. First, I agree on the point that it is incorrect to make the state coercive by definitional fiat, but I do not think that this is what the Rothbardians are doing. Rather, Rothbard has identified that the essence of the state is to be anti-productive, parasitic, monopolistic in the arena of the use of force at the very least. Then on top of this, he has a separate legal theory which identifies those
Rothbard
activities
says
as
that?
being nascent. So it is not that the
I
state
don't know,
is
I
an
don't-
organization
I'm
that
not
is
reading
bad.
that shit.
It's rather that the state is an organization that engages in certain activities that we have separately identified as being bad. As for the point that I use dictionary definitions
that's our
myself in
friend.
arguing that socialism is when the government does
It's
stuff, this does not
yeah,
contradict the previous
I like
analysis
this.
of certain dictionary
Socialism
definitions
is when
being
the
invalid.
government
Those
does
definitions
stuff.
were not based.
And apparently Liquid Zillow agrees. Jesus.
on package deals or any other such flawed epistemology. And in fact,
Well, yeah, socialism is when government does stuff, and the more stuff government does, the more socialism it is. And when the government does a real good amount of stuff, that's communism.
identified the proper essence of socialism. That socialism is when the government does stuff. This is why it would be invalid for socialists to change the
That
definition of
can't.
socialism
That
to be when
that
puppy
doesn't
dogs
include like the government guaranteeing individual freedom.
Yeah,
That would be,
like
highly. That doesn't
like
make sense.
police force is like socialism. Yeah.
and rainbows happen, as that would not be digging down to the essentials. Rather,
Socialism,
what a
that's
definition
that-
like that is
doesn't make
doing
sense.
is it is substituting the expected outcome of some system for the system itself, i.e., it is packaging together what effects they think would.
I mean, technically, like McCarthyism and declaring war on socialism is socialism according to that. So it's like whatever.
He's saying
with the
cause
things
and
that we think-
effect is a package deal. And that's what it sounds like he's saying right now. That's what he said earlier, that anarchy doesn't lead to people on fire. I mean, I guess you could argue that may not be a real cause and effect, but is he saying it just a claim of a cause and effect is a package deal, or is he just saying this? He just called it a package.
I think he's talking about this specifically.
Saying that socialism means this, and then saying socialism will lead to this is a package deal. But I'm not following that. I don't understand. That's just.
You can roll back.
Yeah, just go.
Doing is it is substituting the expected outcome of some system for the system itself, i.e., it is
substituting the expected outcome for the thing itself. Is that really like a like a wrong thing to do? If it isn't that fine?
Packaging together what effects they think would occur with the things that they think will cause those effects. This is invalid. The definition in this case needs to identify the cause, and then further analysis can be performed to determine what the effect of that cause will be. The change I propose to the definition...
But isn't he doing the exact same thing with anarchism when he says, you know, anarchism is like a state of affairs without like violence? Like he is like putting the goal of it into the definition. Let's listen more.
Yeah, you paused it. I was waiting for you to play.
It is not an invalid poisoning of a term. It is the removal of an already established poison. My claim is that the current dictionary definitions that Tick is working on are in fact obfuscating the core, and that this obfuscation should be removed. Due to the time taken to make this video, Tick has released a further video where he draws a connection between the Austrian tradition that anarcho-capitalism is built on with the mystic philosophy of Immanuel Kant.
From John Locke and Kant, we eventually get Ludwig von Mises and the Austrian School of Economics. And to prove the connection from Kant to Mises, here is an article from the Mises Institute this year. From the body of the article itself, in the epistemological works of Ludwig von Mises, 1883 to 1971, there are not only clear parallels with, but also lines of reference to, Kant's theory of knowledge. Mises not only employs the term a priori and occasionally references Kant, but also rationalizes the use of a priori knowledge as the appropriate method for the social and economic sciences, the logic of human action, praxeology. I know the Austrians have historically challenged Hegel, so I know they're not Hegelians. But yes, Mises's a priori reasoning actually comes from Immanuel Kant's explanation of that, meaning there is a Kantian influence here. This is problematic because they have allowed mysticism into their movement. This may not affect their basic economics.
Is this music part of the video? Do you hear music right now?
More in-depth stuff. And
I thought I was going crazy.
But Ayn Rand is absolutely not influenced by Kant or Hegel, whom she totally rejects. Her connection comes from Aristotle via Thomas Aquinas and is based in modern science.
To be clear, I think this video is mostly correct. I even agree that this connection between Kant and Mises has allowed some mystic elements to remain within the modern Austrian school. This is why
we were watching a video.
Project, which is to
I was like, holy shit,
objectivism
okay,
and
yeah,
anarcho-capitalism,
I'm following.
is so important. And I will explain more on that later in the video when I respond to Ayn Rand's points against anarchism. Regardless, I do have some things I want to address here. First, I completely reject the claim made by the article that any so-called a priori reasoning forms the most robust epistemological foundation for economics or even praxeology. And I further reject that praxeology is even close to being a sensible science on Kant's philosophy. This is because praxeology is just a certain science built on top of the understanding that humans have free will. Following the naming scheme I used for praxeology,
oh, he likes praxeology. That's why he
falls under the banner
wants
epilology.
to distance himself.
Namely,
okay.
Epilology includes the sciences praxeology and thymology, with thymology studying particular instances of man-made facts.
Why are we talking about this?
Made on the man-made as such. This gives us the proper conceptual distinction, not between a priori
if you have to go into this,
or supposed fact.
If you have to go into this to like justify like anarchism, it's like you missed the plot. I think we missed like a point like 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about it?
I mean, yeah, sorry.
When does it go back? Like he's just talking shit for like 20 minutes.
I was gonna say
that is not connecting to anarchism in any way.
It's fairly good editing, although it would be a little bit better if he was absolutely clear when he was talking. Sometimes he sounds like other people. But my judgment is only on a video basis. Not really the content. It already sounds.
That's great.
It already. I can't even tell which. He's getting there. I can't tell which side he's on necessarily.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be there within an hour. Okay, we are at 22 minutes. Okay, here we go. Like people remember this, right? Anarchy, the absence of aggression.
It is when you don't have a society that you just have lone individuals wandering out and not interacting with others. Thus, the proper way to understand anarchy is to throw out the bigness aspect and have anarchy be the absence of aggression. Certainly, if you have no interactions between anyone ever, i.e. non-society, then you will have an absence of aggression. But the alternative to this is not aggression plus society. You can have a society without aggression.
And then
the theory.
Then
So he
we
says
stopped.
that, and
Yeah.
then-
We've been
yeah,
going
yeah,
for like
and then he
10
stopped.
minutes. Can we figure
he
out
never
when he
explained
comes
it.
back to that point? I would love to hear that.
Let's see. So, okay, here's Peacock. Here's Rothbard. Oh, okay, there we go.
That was one of his videos, Jungle. I think.
Yeah, it only took 20 minutes to come here.
Here. Drop the beefs of dead people. They are utterly irrelevant. There is one last point on this front, which is that Rothbard did make frequent use of the Kantian terminology. He explains why he does so, despite not being a Kantian.
Whether we consider the action axiom a priori or empirical depends on our ultimate philosophical position rest
Oh,
of
God.
thoughtism, the
And they were also conflating it with the law of the jungle, the idea that anything goes as far as law is
combining
concerned.
praxeology and
Recall
objectivism.
above that anarchism must be opposed to legal authoritarianism. The theory that the correct way to resolve conflicts is by appealing to some authority.
just like-
Notice then that the law
feels
of the
like,
jungle in its many forms therefore cannot be
adding
anarchist.
the spacing
If the
to
claim
get
is that
more
might makes
pages
right,
for your
then the
report.
mighty justify the
Why
claim
does
by
it-
demonstrating that they are the authority on law by virtue of having the biggest stick in the land. Certainly, this is not anarchist in the slightest. Anarchism does not mean no laws. Having no laws is impossible. Anarchism rather means that those laws are natural and peaceful. This provides a retort also to the various other primitive, brutish, and or stupid varieties of supposed anarchist thought. Chief among them, the anarcho-communists.
Yeah, I mean, this is dumb. Like, there is natural law, but only when we started interacting together within a society, within like a framework of a state, only then we even came out with the concepts for rights. Like,
Is
come
he
on.
talking about human nature? Because there's plenty of instances in the natural world where communism makes sense. Like ants are pretty much communists.
No, I mean, natural rights is like a human. But I mean, you're kind of
He
right
doesn't
on
really
that,
say
'cause-
like what does
yeah,
he mean by nature?
Yeah, natural rights are a stolen concept. They are trying to apply the concept of rights, which is an invention, to that it is something that just exists.
The term itself is a clear contradiction. Communism holds that total metaphysics.
Which again makes no sense. How can a concept like just exist outside of like human like interaction?
I've been thinking about this like I've been thinking about that lately because like animals don't have concepts. They don't know the difference between anything. Like when a woodpeckers like they just go and like
Dude,
land on a
Lee
tree.
would fight you on that, I think.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to him about it before, but like a woodpecker will just land on a tree and will go from one tree to another, or it'll build its nest. It will never once consider the fact that it's in a forest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure, okay, yeah.
That's what I mean.
They definitely don't have concept formation, but do they have concepts?
my dog associates certain sounds with very specific things. So
I guess they just have like associations, right?
But
I don't know enough about that.
I kind of forgot why I started talking about that, but I thought about the difference between a tree and a forest is it's literally only humans make that differentiation. Nothing in nature. It just happens to be that trees grow together because that's the way it is. That's how they pollinate. That is reality. But a forest isn't a thing necessarily. You know what I mean? It's not planned by nature to have a forest. That is just what happens. Yeah. Anyway, it's when you said that because concepts they don't exist out there. We make them.
Disclaimer here: don't take this as like this is objectivism. Especially on epistemology. I'm very shitty. Yeah.
Oh, Daniel's nervous because he actually does represent an objectivist channel.
I mean, I guess kind of.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
I don't give a shit about
that,
saying anything that's right. I could care less. You're not on ARC UK, dude. I was playing video games an hour ago.
Well, it's not even right. It's more like we are sort of like kind of speaking from like an objectivist perspective, and I just when I say certain things, I want to like clarify. Like when I say this, it's like okay, I know this is objectivism. And this is just me. I think I'm like trying to apply objectivism or trying to even understand objectivism, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's That's definitely like where I'm coming from with that idea of like of concepts.
Yeah.
Physical, epistemic, ethical, aesthetic, and legal authority lies with the collective, and that accordingly the proper way to resolve conflicts is for the individual to be crushed under the boot and to be made a complete slave to the whims of the egregore. The communist cannot, therefore, appeal to any naturalistic understanding of which individual ought be given precedence in some conflict, as he does not recognize the individual as being a self-sufficient existent.
Right. Existing University says, ready for this. Rothbard is using conceptual wavelets like Einstein's brought photons. We have free will, so we don't know unless we try. When we use free will, the photons of reality brings the forms. Yeah, like this. I don't have enough grasp to know what the hell is he saying. There's too many concepts that I don't know.
Yeah, hop on Discord and tell me what you're saying.
Use it.
Oh, there was more numbers. That makes sense.
Oh, the hidden concepts in Photoshop shows the world of forms. Let us discover natural laws.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Einstein's photons. You think I know about that? Who's Einstein?
We have free will, so we don't know unless
I don't know
we
what
try.
the fuck that is.
Wait, is he writing it badly? We have free will, so we don't know unless we try.
Try what?
Yeah, I don't get it. And I don't
Never
know
heard of
anything
Einstein.
about
I don't know what
Einstein
that
either,
is.
so I don't know who that guy is.
I've never heard of that. That's a character in an anime, I think.
The hidden concepts in photons show us the world of forms and let us discover natural laws. Also, I think I kind of get it. I just mean that it's a wave and particle. Rothbard says every percept is also a concept. What the fuck? The fuck is going on with that guy?
There are hidden concepts in photons that show us the world of forms? Really? That's what he's saying? And here, I thought the whole time he just was a guy who rode on the back of a bike with Tim Robbins. It's a deep cut.
This is why anarcho-capitalism is the only proper.
Oh my god, it's 4 o'clock. I was supposed to stop now, but I was really hoping to get to like a thesis statement. We're like 1/4 of the way through, and I really wanted like I need someone like someone like me who thrives on TikTok. I need like a thesis just written out on one screen, but.
Well, every Liquid Zulu watcher leaves just before he gets to the point of the video.
You objectively see the world, and the information of the percepts is holding the world of the forms in it. I assume you're saying this is the theory. That's not the way things are.
Rothbard's?
Yeah.
You objectively see the world. What? It just feels like a very roundabout way of defining things.
Right. Huh.
Like, why would you have to do it this way?
Isn't that working back? Doesn't that already presume that there's like a world of forms? I just don't like whenever I try to think about this stuff.
Yeah, like reality is out there, but you have to discover it. But don't worry, your perception is valid. So why is that like a world of forms? I don't get it.
I just have a hard time understanding why people say something like there only is what is, right? And like I can see and feel it, and that's like the only information.
I think we should just get rid of it. I think all epistemology is just rationalism. I think we can get away with that whole discipline.
That's not what I was saying at all. But what I was saying is that
that's what I'm saying. I'm serious.
But yeah, everything I know comes from tactile observation to begin with. Like, I just can't think of anything I've ever known or can even conceive that is not working with materials like the material universe. It's so like, where are you getting these ideas from? I keep getting invited to play. Like, even the most crazy abstract ideas, like angels or stuff, if I try to even conceptualize that or describe it, I'm using the building blocks of reality to come up with that idea. Like, it's still like a human person with wings or something. Like, there's no way to visualize it or even conceptualize it without a reference to reality or like trying to reference reality. Because I'm not a Kantian, I just like I don't know what we're talking about.
Akira says, let's be fair, most of us were religious at one point, and there's no proof of religion. I wasn't.
Daniel is
I never
pagan.
Yeah, I never could. No, I wasn't even a pagan, right? I could never grasp the concept of like supernatural. I could never like wrap my head around. God.
I did because in my references would be like Star Wars or whatever kind of something to conceptualize it.
I didn't have that shit.
Yeah, like God works like the Force, and it's like but I never once actually thought beyond that. And as soon as I tried, it just like it stopped making sense. Like all it took is like it takes a few seconds of actually thinking about it. Daniel's a Soviet atheist.
Damn right.
We have to be careful about these atheists. That's not a Reagan impression, dude. I keep getting invited. I'm supposed to play Repo right now. I can't watch anymore.
And
it's time to play Repo. If I tell voice in chat if I should keep streaming Repo, it's a horror.
You should post this and send it to Liquidzilla and ask him what the fuck are you talking about.
Oh yeah, since I don't have time to do anymore, I think at the end of the day, lose the Hawaiian shirt. But other than that, I pretty much agree with every single thing he said, and I'm going to subscribe to him, and I'm probably going to go on his Patreon because I think he's awesome. Makes a lot of sense. I really appreciated this video that explained so clearly why I should like anarcho-capitalism. I liked the part about the stick, where you pick up a stick. That was pretty good. And then, talking about, a whole bunch of what other people say. I'm sure it ties up nicely. Bye, Akira. See you.
During 1 hour, it wraps up.
Wait, I'm going to skip to the end.
If Friday came along and took
that
see? It does all come together. I like that movie, by the way.
Property right would rather travel from person to person, always being attached to the item itself. In other words,
that's what I said earlier.
There would be no distinction whatsoever between ownership and possession.
That's what I said earlier. I said, what happens if you put the stick back on the ground and then it's up for grabs?
What I said.
You stopped owning. I said that first. Go back and rewind it. Chat.
I said it.
Would have, in the words of
I said it first.
A mere possessor.
This is the two we've been waiting for.
This view is that ownership, which we can define as
the two we've been charlesing for,
is necessarily distinct from possession.
I don't give a shit about this. You guys need to just play some more video games.
Who should be the one to control a given property? Then both A and B must presuppose this to be the case. A is asserting that though B might be able to actually obtain control, it would nevertheless be the case that A should be the one to control it. And similarly,
okay, so there is a right.
Though A might be able to actually obtain control, it would nevertheless be the case that B should be the one to actually control it.
Should be the one to control it.
So this mere possessor ethic, which the law of the jungle asserts, would require a conflation between the concepts of ownership and possession. That is to say that the law of the jungle is the assertion that ownership rights are acquired by the mere act of taking the from someone else. If A has a stick and B takes that stick from him, then the...
I'm going to stop here. I'm sorry. I didn't really, in all seriousness, like I said before, no, I'm actually completely serious. I'm going to subscribe to him, and I think he's a genius. And then also additional seriousness, we didn't really get to the point. We didn't watch enough to make a conclusion. Oh, look at all this shit. I'm taking your screen off.
That's his fault. You're not you don't have to watch a 1 hour of something to like grasp like something he's trying to explain.
Okay,
he is doing a shitty job.
That's fair. That's my opinion too. Whatever Daniel says,
there's no reason.
It's my opinion.
Yeah, there's no reason to go into nominalism for like trying to explain like basic
social order and structure. Yeah, I mean,
like you should be able to define it.
Well,
at least somewhat.
Thanks.
If you have to go, if even explaining what like his anarcho-capitalism is requires like a 2-hour lecture, that's dumb.
Right.
Like maybe to like get a deeper understanding or to understand fully the sort of like the roots of it or something, but for like a simple definition or simple like understanding, that's retarded.
Basically. Yeah, and all of his videos are like 2 hours, so I'm probably not going to watch another one, but good job. Thanks for helping me out with my stream and for joining. That was really fun on my birthday, no less. What a fun stream.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thanks. You're the only person to say that after I bring it up.
No, Akira said it earlier.
Oh, did
he? No, somebody said it earlier. That girl.
Yeah, Emily
watches
showed up
your
and
stream.
stated it.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, you're the second person. I appreciate it. I guess I'll talk to you later.
You said it now.
Goodbye, all. I'm heading off. See ya.